Welcome back to the third session of Act 1 from Tales from the Harper's Pub, our main campaign. We are going to be joined this week by somebody who you saw in the prologue, Stephen Childers.
Hello, everybody.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Glad to be back.
Glad to be back. And appropriately, we're going to kick everybody out of the room for 5 minutes while he experiences something.
Oh.
So,
All right.
So, now that we got all set up.
now that everyone's all set up, if it's just a couple minutes, I'll yell upstairs when we're ready.
All right, give me a signal. I'll mute.
Okay.
Mute you guys.
Oh, I want
Mute
to
you guys.
Yeah. All right.
All right, dude.
How you doing, Childers?
Good, man. I'm hyped and ready to bust this character out.
Okay. So, you are playing. What's your character's name?
Sir Constantine Terminus.
And it's just to be clear, because there was a controversy about this
Yeah.
with the actual Constantine.
Yes.
Is it Constantine or Constantine?
Constantine.
Constantine. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were playing Constantine Terminus, or Jesus, I did it. Yeah, Constantine Terminus.
Yeah.
Who please describe to the audience who is Constantine Terminus.
Constantine Terminus is he's the firstborn son of Bishop Terminus I, who is the original settler of Omer.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm correct, right? And
Yes.
he was growing up. They're a very noble, rich house. I don't know if the audience has gotten really much of a taste of them yet in this.
Not yet, but it's been mentioned and they will.
Okay, yeah. So this is all like stuff that we know from before. But House Terminus has a pretty bad reputation. They've been known to affiliate with devils and the occult sort of stuff. So my character comes from the old ways of the country. That stuff is like very prevalent. Whereas from my understanding nowadays, Omron's sort of like split 50-50 with these beliefs. And like there's people that still follow that and people who are sort of a cleaner way of life, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so
But,
we'll give some brief history there. So to your
Yeah.
point, so if you where the players are now, and actually I have kind of impromptu.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm so excited.
So where the players are now
Yeah.
is the country of Gideon, specifically Grey Haven, which is up here.
Right, from the last session. Okay.
Yep. You can see very close borders to the mountains.
Sure.
And then this is the Lichen Waste where the stuff was happening in the prologue.
This is where my character was coming from when we were trying to cross and settle over here. Okay.
Yep. Omeron is the country that is currently offering a lordship for this dragon slaying
Right.
event. That's the main quest. So, the brief history, Alec Brighton, who is the founder of this whole continent and the founder of Gideon, crossed the Lichen Waste from a place on the other side called the Morin Kingdoms. And that the Morin Kingdoms was under attack by the Drylich Raylick. And he was told by the king to take the remaining noble families and flee to the east, where they believed there were a bountiful land that had yet to be discovered. He did that. He founded Gideon, and one of the members of his party, which we'll talk about more in a minute, was Bishop Terminus. Bishop Terminus eventually founded his own country, which became the Omeron Dominion. And to your
Yes.
point,
My father.
associated with devil worship,
Yes.
and in the recent past went to war with the entire continent with what's called the Faustian War. The war was a result of a deal that one of Terminus's descendants had made with the pit fiend Kurnas.
Yeah.
When that war was lost, there was a changing of regimes, right? And Coburn Sephora, who was a adventurer who became God, the god of nobility, took over. So in the recent past, about 125 years or so,
Yeah.
this has been ruled
Shift in power.
by Coburn and his descendants. Therefore, the country went from being very lawful evil to very lawful good.
Yeah.
However, to the point that you're making, there are a lot of people in the nobility who think they were better off
In the old way.
in the old
Yeah,
ways. And we
which
talked
is-
about that a little bit in the
Yeah.
in the first session. your character. So how does your character relate to the whole Alec Brighton thing?
So, I was, from my understanding, squired to Alec Brighton because, in typical, House Terminus fashion, we misbehave in some sort of ways, and from my understanding, there was a conflict in that journey across the Lichen Waste, and part of the deal that Alec Brighton and Bishop Terminus had made was that I was to be squired to Alec Brighton to sort of keep the peace. Someone's taking me as a hostage. But being from this proud, noble background, he was happy to sort of fill in that role, and prove that his house isn't like not necessarily like a house that isn't what's the word I'm looking for. He wanted to prove a good point then. We're not the worst people. And we can follow a code and lead kingdoms and stuff like that. So I guess my character, like personality-wise, he is still very into the whole like traditional customs. Like he really closely followed in his father's footsteps. Very proud to be a terminus, all that sort of thing. Yeah.
So let's recap, and then we'll conclude here. So hundreds of years ago, you were a squire for Alec Brighton during the original crossing of the Lichen Waste.
Right.
Before anything had been founded in this continent, any of that.
Yeah, this is all new lands to him.
The last thing that I'm going to talk you through your experience. So you're in a battle with Alec, Bishop the First, other members of the kingdom, against this undead, monstrous scorpion.
Right.
Okay? You're about to hit, you can see the mountains of Holderheck on the horizon. You don't know what they are at this point, but you know they're there, and you're about to hit the new lands, right? During the battle, the monstrous scorpion lunges at Alec, and you step up to protect your master, and you take a scorpion tail into the abdomen.
Poison me to death.
Yeah. The tail hits you. You briefly feel an intense moment of force and pain, and then you open your eyes, and it is black. What are you doing?
Can I move at this?
When you try to feel around, you feel like you're in some sort of small container. Like you don't have a lot of arm room. You're hitting the sides of some sort of box.
How do I feel?
You feel perfectly healthy, though it's a little odd, almost like I'm trying to think. Almost like you haven't gotten a lot of sleep, or like you're like maybe a little irritable, your emotions are dulled, but you physically feel healthy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to feel around a little more and see if there's some sort of like latch or like a lever to open whatever's got me contained.
You can feel the ceiling shift a little bit as you push on it. It looks like it is a door to whatever container you're in.
Okay, I'll try to push it off and open.
Give me a strength check.
So 17.
All right, awesome. So you successfully throw open the door. It does have a lot of resistance, but you find yourself with a burst of strength. You push it off, and what you see in front of you is an open sky with howling winds and sands. You can tell you're very much in the Lichen Waste. Yep.
Oh, shit. Okay. I can see everything now?
Yep.
Okay. So where am I exactly?
You crawl out of the hole that you were in, and you can turn around and see that it is a grave. The door to a makeshift coffin lays on the side with a pile of sand that you pushed off. And there, you're right at the foot of the mountain, and there is a grave marker that stands there.
I'm going to inspect it, see what it says.
All right, it says, here lies Sir...
Got knighted.
Constantine Terminus, posthumously knighted, servant of Alec Brighton, gave his life for us to find peace in a new land.
Okay.
All your equipment is there, like you were buried with your sword, your gear.
I'm going to inspect myself and look at for like wounds.
Yeah. So there are some signs like there are certain patches of skin that are maybe a little more dry.
Yeah.
And your skin is a little more gray than you remember it. Like you used to have a pretty dark tan covering the forest.
Right.
Or coming across the desert. So you do look very pale.
Yeah.
But otherwise you seem healthy. All like a couple of your old battle scars remain.
Yeah.
The place you got stabbed at by the scorpion has healed up, though there is this sort of ugly black necrotic
like
wound.
venom,
Yeah, but it doesn't cause you any pain. It seems to be completely healed.
Okay. He's going to gather up his equipment, start looking for any sort of trail, that may be leading towards the mountains in the direction that we were sort of take off, sort of like kind of he's a little concerned right now. What happened here? It's a mistake. Did I die? Like he's very confused and feeling probably sort of very anxious at this point. Hurriedly just trying to make his way and ignore what he just saw, a little.
Yeah, so you don't see anyone around for miles, but you do see a trail going into the mountain, like a mountain pass.
Yeah.
After a short while of wandering up that pass, you hear a voice yell, "Umschlagen!" You speak, what languages do you speak?
Oh, Infernal and Common.
It is not Infernal and Common.
Okay.
So say, "Umschlagen!"
Do I see where this voice is coming?
You can look up, and there is a stout creature, bulky with a beard, wearing armor, and who has a halberd. And then you can see very shortly that he has companions with him. It seems like they were sort of guarding the mountain pass.
Oh, okay.
Their armor is notably black, with like skulls and different.
We look kind of similar, which is
yeah.
Constantine wears like a very well-made. Right now he's wearing chainmail. It's made from the smiths of House Terminus, so it's got like engravings of like scenes from like the Blood War and devilish like accents and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then like a red cape, and he always wears a helm with like spiked sort of like bull horns on it. And then that's like what he's like notable. And he carries two large great swords on him. But suppose he's going to stop and hail to the dwarves and not put his hands on his weapon, so that he's like walking up peacefully, and in his thick common accent, which I picture like Omeron accents sounding a lot like Russian accents, I think we were saying. So he has that very thick sort of Russian in real life sounding accent. But he'll say, "Hail, I am Constantine Terminus, son of Bishop Terminus, formerly squire to Sir Alec Brighton. Show his signet ring to them as like a sign of nobility. It's like a knight and a noble knight, and ask if these guys know where Saladia is. Like, how do I find Saladia?"
Well, and just for reference, like Saladia was the word Alec used to use a lot to describe the continent, and it's a draconic word that means a new hope.
Okay.
His personal sigil was a flaming dragon that he said he saw visions of that guided him through the desert. So he, like, using the draconic language as an homage to that dragon was like important for him.
Well, I suppose as knowing that, as I'm asking this, I'm gonna take like my like tip of my gauntlet, I guess, because I have like, and I'll try to like sketch that sigil out for them with like a question mark, like and point like an arrow pointing. Like, do you know? Yeah.
So, for right off the bat, as soon as you start speaking intelligently, they look confused. Like, they're not used to things coming out of the Lichen Waste and conversing with them, especially in a non-hostile manner. So the one who was talking before, he says, like, "Was ist bitte mehr? Wumdeigen?" And you see another guy come down. This guy is, and as opposed to wearing the big black armor, he's wearing more of like a priestly garb.
Okay.
You see like some stone warhammers throughout the uniform. Do you have religion at all?
I was gonna say I don't have religion, but
It looks very dwarven.
I was
in
gonna
nature.
say dwarven deity.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
He comes down and he in common says like, "Sir, you must be very confused. The desert heat must be addling your brain. Like, why are you drawing this sigil?"
Constantine will explain to him. I was trekking across the desert with my father, Sir Bishop, what is his title again? Commissar Bishop the First, and my formerly squired knight, and I was of service to Alec Brighton. And it's a battle that we faced, and next thing I knew, I was struck down, and I woke up, and I'm trying to find my way back to them.
He looks extremely confused, and he's like, "My son, Bishop, has been deceased for hundreds of years.
You must be mistaken.
You should come with us. We'll take you to the church and get this sorted out."
Okay. He's just sort of mind blown. There's no way that's true, but he'll go with that.
Cool. So they're gonna take you to. They take you in. They lead you up to a big door.
Yeah.
That opens up. It's like made of metal and has a bunch of arcane runes on it. Do you have arcane at all?
No.
Okay, no big deal. So the door opens up into a large hall, and they take you through basically a dwarven kingdom. Like it starts to be with a windy road that goes down like a cave adorned passageway, and then opens up into this giant.
I ask him, what is this place?
This is Holderheck.
Holderheck.
It's you in common we would say Holder's Hammer. This is our capital.
He's like completely mind blown. Like was like, yes, like basically like were they here before our trek across the desert? Like, are they the original inhabitants? Like he's pretty confused as to, like
Yeah, as you're walking, and they're giving you like free birth, like they're not shackling you or anything,
Okay.
but they're also like cautious
Yeah.
that like at any minute you might, who knows. So like you do notice that like the guards are
is there an escort?
yeah like
Yeah.
staying pretty close to you.
Yeah.
And as you're walking, he says the dwarves of Holderheck have been here for hundreds of years. Like we predate the human history of this continent.
So is there somebody here that he asked if there's anybody able to parlay to the other noble house that might know his father?
He says we will take you to the head of our church, and he will know what to do. So they're gonna take you into a large stone. So like the pass goes along the mountain way and oversees sort of like a balcony the
Yeah.
rest of the Holderheck city, and then there is a basically like a makeshift guard tower that is one part guard tower for these guys to sleep and change and all that,
Yeah.
but then also one part church. So it looks like a satellite church. You see that same big hammer type
dwarven.
structure. Yeah. Yep. So they're gonna take you into a room that would normally be reserved for a member of their nobility. It's a small room, but it's yeah, exactly. And they're gonna ask you like, just do us a favor and please do not leave the room unless you need something until our leader can be here with you.
He agrees.
So they are gonna position two of the guards outside. But like, if you need to leave for some reason, like once again, it's like the same kind of posture. Like they're not
Yeah.
locking
They're
you
not
up.
keeping me in, but they're like, there's also guards here.
Yeah, 100%.
He's pretty aware. I know how customs work.
There you go. So we're gonna pause with you there.
Okay.
Where we last left off, you had, under the direction of Lord Delane, gone to Greyhaven and meant the current Castilian of House Fontaine, who told you that their oldest daughter and heir had been kidnapped by some barbarians and taken up into the mountain. You successfully went into the mountain and defeated said barbarians, though she was killed in the process.
She ran away.
Now the story is she was killed. That's where we're
She was.
Oh, I thought you left us a letter saying she forswore her oath.
She was
like-
killed, Nick.
Okay, she was killed. I guess we're just gonna say that.
Isn't that what we told? This is the lie we're going with, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so you guys came down. You successfully completed the mission, though not all the objectives, because she was dead. You were given 500 gold and your second letter of marque. You had also found within captivity Lord Zarlek Kalir and his imp companion Karnaz.
Oh yeah, that's why we got the.
He is a lesser lord in the Omeron Dominion of Driftin.
Good enough to write us a fucking letter.
Yes, and he was held captive by the barbarian camp. He tells you guys that the barbarians were worshiping the cult of a million eyes, and that one of his warlock rivals lives in the Holderheck Mountains.
The Holderheck Mountains or the B?
Ooh, that was a good
Oh.
one. Didn't even think of that. Lives in the Beholderhack Mountains, and that if you help him defeat his rival and get a sacrificial dagger, he will give you another letter of marque.
That's it.
This is the guy we found in the cage.
It's the guy you found in the cage. You also
That is the whole reason I said when I showed up here. I want to get on a team. I want to go out there and do it. I'm on board.
you
So
also
let's get to the mountains.
found several references last session to an IH in Holderheck who seemed to be some sort of nefarious character.
Yeah.
And yeah, appeared to be connected with a dwarf into whom we ran while we were out.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if Milo was there for that part.
That was
the
one,
Callum.
guys. Yeah.
Callum, yeah, it was post Callum.
That's the one that tried to
interim.
steal
In the
from you
interregnum.
guys when you took
Yeah.
a break. That's all that.
So you have this is not an immediately like you got to get on it right away. You have some downtime within Greyhaven. I believe we've expressed an appetite to forge some stuff. So
Yeah,
Milo,
that's definitely going on.
Oh, yeah.
We're making some splints.
so play. Let's take it from there.
So Milo is curious if while all of this armor project is going on, if he would be able to upgrade from leather to studded leather through any possible pathway. But he understands the splint is the priority right now. He's also at at one of the points in time when Runa is saying goodnight to Milo, right? Because they're spending like all day with the hirelings in the forge working together, and then the hirelings go out for night. Runa goes out for night. Milo stays to continue the work overnight.
Yep.
He's going to try to catch Runa at one point when the other two have already left. Just the two of them in there. Ask her why she didn't tell him about her plan.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
So Milo is asking Runa, before you leave,
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask, why didn't you tell me that you were planning on letting that princess?
Well, to be honest, I don't know you that well, and I didn't know if you'd be on board.
But you had to know we would find out after the fact. I, of all people, would have.
Yeah, but I mean, after the fact would have been too late. So the important thing was to get it done. I didn't want to risk you trying to stop me.
Why did you choose to
Choose to what?
free her?
I don't think she deserved the life that she would have been fated to if we brought her back. It felt wrong to me.
Destiny builds shackles for us all. That was a noble decision.
Well, thank you. I think it was the right one. Hopefully, it has no consequences down the line for us. We'll see.
Runa, I will never betray your secret, but I can only hope that someday, if you find yourself similarly capable of shackles, that you try.
Of course.
Nice. All right.
So how much time do we need?
A week?
Yeah, we whittle it down to a week, although Milo's going to look pretty withered by the end of the week.
Yeah, and that 110 gold would be the total with hireling costs included.
They'll so the blacksmith in town is happy to help, given the news that you guys got vengeance on the kidnappers, so they'll give you half off, Steve.
On the hirelings,
Yes.
so 105.
Nice.
Yeah, most of that cost is materials.
Okay, half off on the materials still.
Oh, okay. So, 55 gold?
Ooh.
That has to
That's
come out
a
of the...
cheap ass split mail.
Remy, can I get 55 gold out of that group fund?
Well, how much? What armor are you wearing right now?
Scale.
Remind everyone, we need
Okay,
6,000.
what's the listed value of the scale mail?
50.
Okay, so you can sell that for what? Half, a quarter?
Is it
Yeah, I think it's.
half?
Is it half? I think it's half.
I have to double
Okay.
check, but
Is it half?
So
Yeah.
then
What's the normal? I thought there were normal guidelines.
there are. I've looked them up. I just forgot whether it's half or.
I wouldn't say half. Half is
Yeah.
easiest.
Okay, so if you give that to the same guys as part of it, then your delta is only
30 gold?
wait, 55, only $30. Do you even need to reach into the group fund for that anymore?
I do. I have like 5
Okay,
gold.
so $30 in the group fund. Can we manage that?
Well, let's take a vote. Yeah, sure.
I mean-
okay.
I would say that Runa would then have to replace like 30 gold into the group
I
fund
can take
because we
that.
are
I
going to be.
can do that. I can take that out of a future share that we split. That's not a problem. I'll note that.
Well, in that case, then I would love to do the same for a studded leather upgrade.
I also would like money.
Let me get out my ledger. Owes the group fund 30 gold.
Right. So, like, if I could ditch my leather and buy studs at 45, it would be a delta 40. I would. Well, I don't know if I've been with you guys long enough to have that.
I don't have a problem with it as long as we're
You
paying
talking
it
about
back.
skipping town on us? Believe us?
I
Gonna
came
go
to
adventure with some other adventurers?
I came to you with one intent, one purpose, and I am pursuing it. We're getting a third letter.
In for the dragon.
I said,
All
well,
right. Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Let's
said
get
I
up
want-
some new
I
armor.
wanted to join a crew. I wanted
Sure.
to get out there and get those letters and get over there.
I vote
You-
yay.
Who has the ledger?
Who's carrying the money? I trust you the most.
I was gonna say, out of the 5 of you, only one of you has experience, or 6 of you, only 5 of you right now. Only one of you has the experience record keeping.
Joel was actually keeping the record, so I may need to write down.
We have 900 at the
I
moment.
was assuming Remy
Yeah.
was holding on to it. I thought we said that early on, but I could be mistaken.
Literally, one person in the group
Physically
weighs 35 pounds. We want them to carry 1,000 pounds of cash.
Well, I don't carry anything else.
I'm assuming that Runa is carrying it because she's really big.
Not really. Well, I mean,
What's
she's
her
small,
strength
but-
score?
Strength's
She's physically she's large, but she's more lanky than jacked.
Yeah, her strength's only 10. She's not particularly strong.
Oh,
Yeah, Milo's got more beef in the trunk than that.
So
you're carrying it.
let me write this down. How much is loaned to Walter?
4-0.
Character 40. All right.
Sounds to me like Remy's carrying it.
How are you carrying it? That's gotta weigh so
Well,
much.
can I just carry a ledger? Well, yeah.
Fine.
Never
You
mind.
should carry it. He has the ledger. That way,
What's
there's
your
a double
strength?
system.
You guys also have a wagon.
What's
Oh,
what
okay.
Well,
the strength?
Do we have a
Then
strong
we,
box
then
in
we
the
have a
wagon?
lot of money in a wagon.
I'm gonna
that
go shopping for a strong
not
box.
protected.
I am not strong. I probably cannot
I
carry
can carry
a
it.
ton of
I can
gold.
carry it. I don't wear armor.
I
I
am
don't
good
really
with
have
the
any
ledger, though.
encumbrance.
Maybe we should change it into money that is less.
I could
It's 12.
I could make a
Good
bag
with
of
the ledger.
holding, but I'd have to give up either my defensive infusion on my shield or the homunculus. I don't know if that's worthwhile.
I'll, I'll carry it. It's fine.
What did Runa borrow?
30.
Yeah, you're in charge of the bookkeeping.
30.
Yep.
All right.
What's the vig on that?
But what?
We're in town for a week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try and find a dog.
We already got a dog, bro.
Oh, yeah, dog, bro.
Yeah, but your dog can't carry anything.
Can't carry shit.
Plus, maybe now they'll play together.
Oh yeah,
One cost.
that'd be cute.
you do find a kennel.
Yeah. Mastiff. That's what it says in the book.
Okay. We have the liberty to make it whatever type. There's a kennel owner. When he sees you walk in, he says, "Hi, ye fella.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm here looking for a dog. I want a really friendly dog.
Are you a knight?"
No, yes, and no. I don't fight with a sword, but I adventure.
Trying to determine which dog you could make use most use for.
just-
I've heard of tales of halflings riding dogs.
I don't think I want to do that. I just want the dog to be my best friend, and I want it to carry around my stuff.
Oh, okay. A ye dog, a chihuahua?
No, a big dog to carry things, like several bottles of wine, maybe a keg of beer, a bunch of gold, a lot of stuff.
Carrying dog, okay.
Carrying dog, yeah.
They're going to be as big as you are.
Yeah, but like really friendly. I want a really friendly one.
Okay.
I don't want it to fight anything.
I'm glad you said that. Okay. We do have one that I cannot get any of the local guards or lords to adopt because he's a coward.
Oh, I'll go for a coward dog. That's great.
All right. Here you go.
Yeah, it's true because it'll run away, and then being a dog, it'll be able to track you down and sniff you out again.
Yeah.
So that sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it have a name?
Well, I'm going to let you decide what type of dog do you want.
Well, you said there's only one.
Just decide what kind of dog this is.
Doesn't track.
Let's track. I'm giving you autonomy.
I don't know.
Decide by dog.
Like a lab.
Okay, like a golden retriever, yellow lab.
Golden retriever.
Golden retriever. Okay. So you come
Isn't that a
down.
different animal?
It is.
Retrievers and
It
labs.
is. But they're like the same size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come down and see a blonde-haired, happy as can be, golden retriever. Looks young, but not a puppy. Like it's an adult-sized dog.
Okay.
And he's alone by himself in the kennel.
Oh.
Because he's afraid of all the other dogs.
What you really need is a mule.
He says, "We just call him coward or scaredy cat or whatever. You can name him whatever you want."
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'll think on it.
How much is a mastiff in the book? Okay. Because he's a coward, I'll give it to you for 25.
I guess the group fund.
No, I'm gonna pay for it myself.
You know, courage.
I have
You're
40
a cowardly
gold.
dog.
Yeah, like, are we the only ones that have gold?
No, I have a lot
I
of
didn't.
Okay.
I didn't spend
I stole
it,
200 from the.
Oh yeah, and then you gave Mary a cut.
I
Give me
got
a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
he-
what's this for?
I got 500 from the warlock we freed from the barbarians, and I just put it in the group fund.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very true.
Oh,
Did we not count that?
I have 900 listed, and I thought that was what we got from the initial quest, and then whatever we had earned.
We got 500 this last time also.
Okay, so then we're at 1400.
Okay.
This is why I shouldn't be in charge of the books, guys.
Yeah.
They're 25
What?
gold.
Yeah, we got
Okay, they'll
accountability
give it
here. Two
Yeah.
people touching the money.
to you. Yeah, because he can't get rid of this.
I'll
dog.
give him 16 and get a whole bunch of dog food.
Okay, you're good.
Wow. Right. Weaker side. Yeah, I wonder what we're gonna name this dog. Does he have bags? Are there bags for the dog?
He can give you saddlebags.
Sweet. I'll give
Dog,
him another
dog
gold.
size.
Another gold.
I'm up on Mary's dog. What now? Like,
No, they're not. It's not a saddle.
Yeah, but that's what they would. That's the bags they would use. Oh, never mind. So you're talking to him now.
It's not a saddle. I don't want to ride him. I don't
yeah,
think.
I'm not gonna.
But you're welcome.
Saying, like,
You're welcome to keep any of your wine on him, man. He can be our halfling carrying dog.
That's great.
Yeah. Now we don't have to carry as much stuff.
I don't know how you guys do stuff in the void, but here we actually ride these things.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, we just walk him. I bet halflings are starting to ride them here.
Yeah. So like, your character probably doesn't know this based on the dialogue, but there are there were like knights, the halfling knights that they're
Would
usually
ride dogs.
Yeah, they're usually like the King's Guard, stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Or you had all the good people there.
Well, this dog's a coward. I don't know what we're gonna call him yet. It'll be something good.
Maybe he will earn a name.
Yeah. Till then, let's call him coward.
That's what he's been going by.
No,
Do anything going on?
It would be funny if we called the dog Chicken, but okay.
So we got a dog.
A
We
dog named Chicken.
forged some armor.
A robot dog.
A robot
Uh,
dog.
A winged robot dog.
Yeah.
No, I think he just floats.
No, he's got wings. He's like a little robot chihuahua with wings.
The Wingwa.
Yeah.
No.
I like Chewingwa. I think that
Chewingwa.
sounds. So Greyhaven's like fairly big, right? Like it's a whole. It's like the.
Yeah, it's a large.
Like-
yeah.
Can I find like a Church of the Raven Queen or like some other Shadar Kai?
How do you go about doing that?
Well, I mean, I'm first gonna like. I feel like a Church of the Raven Queen wouldn't be like super well hidden, right? Like it's a religion.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
It's a mainstream religion.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would ask someone like I don't know who
Other
who-
clergy members around.
or even just like like if like we were interacting with the lords and stuff. Where are we staying? I guess that's another good question.
Had rooms, right? I don't know if we still do. If we've still been paying.
At the
The
end.
previous town.
No, you guys had rooms at an inn.
Yeah, I thought they
Okay.
were
And
the
I-
unlucky
yeah.
horseshoe.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
that's
thank
right.
you. I didn't write
There we
down
go.
the name of it, and I wasn't gonna
I
remember.
actually
don't
have
know
that
if I
written down
did.
as well. I
Um,
forgot I brought my old.
no, I would ask. I mean, I'd ask like the
Fucking
innkeep,
horseshoe on the side.
Yeah. The unlucky.
like if they
horseshoe.
if they knew of any like any place where they worship the Raven Queen in the area.
She says, nay, not to around here, but I don't know why I went Irish with that. But
Coming out of you.
yeah, down south in Serenity Valley, there is a large known contingent of the Raven Queen. So
How far south is Serenity Valley?
I've used the map a lot today. This is where you guys are.
really far north
Tucked
and
in
west.
the Holder
Well, yeah,
Head
we're,
Mountains,
we're
man.
yeah, we're up against the mountains. We were talking about
Yeah,
going to the mountains.
with
So
the
I
base.
Up against the spine of the world.
Where is the land that we would win if we kill the dragon?
It's in Omeron, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you actually haven't specifically been told where. You just
Oh.
know it's in the Omeron Dominion.
Okay.
It's gonna be in the wild.
I hope it's in the wildland.
No,
I think they said- I think they-
adjacent. I hope it's
I think they
adjacent.
said it was adjacent.
You know
to
what
the wildlands. I
happens
think we
there,
did say
man?
Oh, that'd be great.
So Serenity
That would be
Valley is
perfect.
here.
That's a good distance.
Yeah, but you're if you guys do choose to go into the Holderheck Mountains, the area that you would be going to is like here-ish. So
It's not that far.
That's
it's not
not
on the
far.
way.
I could try to convince.
On the way.
Like I'm saying, the area is on the way to Serenity Valley.
Like how far of a travel to Serenity Valley from here would it be? Like how many days if via cart?
I'm gonna say a fortnight.
we have a
So
dog
that's
helping
2
out now.
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the bottom right-hand corner there, we have a little key on distance.
Fuck that key. No. 1 inch equals 50 miles. I don't know if that really helps us too much. Why do you point that out though? Because I'm gonna use this now. Instead of just making up random.
So
It's
Would be-
about an inch and a half.
okay, so it's supposed
So
to be 8
Philly
miles a
to
day.
Douglasville is
150
like
miles.
40 miles.
So it's 75 miles divided by fucking 8. About 10 days.
Oh, wasn't that far
Yeah,
off.
you were
Yeah, I
right,
know.
Jay. Good.
Boom.
And the innkeep, wouldn't have an exact number, so that makes sense. About a fortnight. All right.
That one works out, man.
Most of the churches in Greyhaven are dedicated either to Palor or to various gods of nature and beauty.
Gotta check overland distance travels.
So
Let's bring food.
How long is this we're talking?
About a fortnight.
So
Buy more dog food.
Bruno was forging with
yeah, that's a
Callum,
good point. You should buy some
Who?
rations.
not Callum. Miles.
There it is.
Right.
Callum's dead.
Yeah.
Almost dead, for the record.
Milo.
Candle.
Miles. Milo. I got it.
Did you?
Although it would be funny if your character just always told them.
After the
Probably
break.
correct.
So that's what those two are doing.
To buy some more wine.
Put them out, but I'm not gonna.
I only have 2 bottles.
Yeah,
According to this, you can travel
I'm gonna get-
24 miles in a day
I'm gonna get
on open ground.
2 more bottles of wine.
So that would be 3 days travel.
Stick with the 10 days.
That scale might be wrong.
Stick with the 10 days.
Well, so what you should do is instead of measuring it in miles, you should measure it in days.
That's a great idea. We should change the scale.
Scale might.
who are training.
Yeah.
correct?
I
For the
anytime
week.
I will be training, and
You're learning to paint.
that's what that was my next statement. I was gonna say I will probably set up in the forge wherever they're like doing their armor and just like be in the
Yeah.
corner
Swordsman and out.
painting away.
That's me in the corner. Painting my
Being a weirdo, like just like
Todd from Wedding Crashers.
I am. If we're here for a week, I'm gonna spend. I don't know.
$50 at a whorehouse.
Well, I'm gonna spend 50 gold. Yeah, living it up at the
Yeah.
tavern, gathering information, gathering
not
information here.
from the group fund.
No, my own fun.
Hang on, if he's gathering information, I can see the group fund argument.
And
Doing
on,
important reputation building and information networking work.
on both here and our destination, the Holder Hack Mountains, whatever anybody has heard.
Sounds like a man's doing
So-
important work.
What are we at with the group fund? Just so like,
Oh, it's gone.
because I know we had 1,400, and
So-
then we lent.
I didn't take any.
Okay.
So 1,400, we gave 40 to Callum.
Okay.
Who?
Milo.
Milo's.
I actually wrote Callum.
Philo?
Milo. Callum is dead.
is in fact still dead.
And 30 to Runa. That's all. So
Yeah.
we're at like
That's 70.
1370.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry,
1330.
1330.
And we
And
need
what year it was?
6,000.
To enter the tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was 20 years before the Black
And-
Death devastated Europe.
Yeah, I am spending 50 gold of my own money to, buy people drinks and live it up and buy rounds.
Become the top of the town. We're rescuers of this town.
Yeah.
So I think last time we did the local knowledge. So this time I'm going to stick to the Holder Heck knowledge.
We're the heroes of
Okay.
Canton.
You're the heroes. You're the heroes of Canton. Yeah, that is the one thing that'll come out this time is that you guys you have a good reputation within the town.
Even though we failed our mission and the woman died,
They're looking at it. They're framing it as you
We
got
beat the
revenge.
barbarians.
we got revenge.
And you also killed the barbarians that have been like plaguing them.
That's,
Oh, that's
that's
good point.
really what matters to the
Yeah,
common people,
that's a good point.
right? They don't really give a shit about the princess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're well received, and you guys have like I said, a decent reputation within Holder Hack. Okay, give me because gather information is not a thing.
I should probably invest in history at some point.
It's investigation.
Investigation. Okay, cool.
I should invest in that at some point too. Then
Let's do an investigate check, and we'll say with advantage based on your reputation and the fact that you're spending gold to make them happy.
I feel like I get message to investigation if it. I'll look in a second. Ever hospitable. That's persuasion. Oh, no, that's only persuasion. Double 11s, which is an 11. That is not very good.
Okay. So 11's going to give you a couple things.
Okay.
So they've heard that there is a large fall festival going on
Yeah.
in about a week. And
Fall
it's gonna,
fest in about a week.
yeah, it's going on for a week's worth of time. So
Okay.
I had described before that it was like we're in the middle of a changing of the seasons, right? So lots of folks have been coming through Greyhaven or coming to Greyhaven to buy supplies for the fall festival.
Yeah.
Where is the Fall Festival?
In an area that they call Holder's Hammer, which is the capital of the Holder Heck Mountains.
In Holder's Hammer.
Yeah.
And how long does this festival go on for?
A week. So it's in about a week, and it goes on for a week.
So if we go to Serenity Valley and then try to go to Holder's Hammer,
Holder's Hammer is like right here.
Serenity Valley is.
Old Hammer would
And
be
we
only,
are.
only about a 2-day trip then, right?
An
Or,
ability.
I'm sorry, a
I think we should go to.
two-thirds of the
I
trip.
think we
It'd be
should
like,
go to
it'd be like a
An
week.
ability check is just like a straight ability score, right? It's not like a skill.
No, that would be
okay,
It
yeah.
refers to anything
Well, then
you
this would involve Jason's ruling here because it says whenever you roll a persuasion or ability check involving brewer's tools or cook's utensils, get a D4. So I would weight that, I guess, to buying beers for people.
Okay.
A D4. It's not going to matter here anyways.
We can
'cause I got
talk a lot
D4.
about the beer.
Yeah, go
Knowledge
add
of
a
the
add a
beer.
D4. If it gets you to 15, then you'll get more info.
I don't. It gives me to 14.
So they tell you about the fall festival.
Okay.
They also tell you that when you mentioned Holderheck, that several months ago, that the monarch of the Holderheck Mountains, whose name was Ivan Holderheck,
IH.
yeah, died, and that the
How long ago?
7 months ago,
Okay.
and that the clans are going to elect a new monarch
Whoa.
at the 1 year anniversary of his death.
I love the idea
So
of
it's in 5
electing a
months.
monarch.
Elect a new monarch. in 5
Democratically
months.
install a dictatorship.
Yeah.
Only dwarves would do such a thing.
Because he had no heirs. Is that why?
No, there is a reason, but no one knows it because we didn't get a 15. But the word of his death and the election is like widely known. So in addition to the fall festival, the other clans of the mountains are going to be there as well.
Dude.
Awesome.
So this fall festival is probably going to be popping. They're all going to be campaigning.
Speaking of fall
Oh my
festivals,
god.
I'd like
that
to
is
mention
gonna
our
be fun.
drink of the week, Sterling Pig Oktoberfest. Please check our YouTube channel for a review of the beer. Coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Not something we mixed up ourselves in the bar tonight, but doesn't make it not worth drinking.
Hey, they serve beer in bars too.
Guys, I think we need to go to this. Well, do you tell us about the festival?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he'd bring it up.
I'm gonna tell everyone and I'll be like, come on, guys, let's get a move on.
You know, we should really go to this festival.
All right.
Go to the Holder.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
trust me, the festival's the right move. I get a feeling about these things sometimes.
Right. We already made an agreement.
Yeah, we'll go there.
We told the guy who's going to give us this letter of marquee that we go directly to the house, right?
Did we?
Like,
Did we? Was there a time restraint on
It's
that?
the same
No,
place.
it's
Yeah.
that guy did specify that we could take our time.
The same place.
Where is this?
Holder's Hammer, which is in Holder.
Oh,
It's
what
in-
the fuck-
yeah,
what
Holder's
the fuck-
Hammer.
Fuck me.
What did you say, Steve?
The hell with me, man.
I said
So it's the same spot.
the guy who asked us to come there did specify that we could take our time. I remember that.
Wonderful.
But if you don't want to miss the Festivus,
For the rest of us.
We should.
Yeah.
We gotta go to this festival.
I said it was in a week's time during your week downtime, so you have enough to complete what you've already said you're going to do, and then go to the festival. Yeah, and you won't catch you will be there in the middle of the festival,
But not the beginning.
not the beginning.
I guess that's fine.
Just the opening ceremony, but we'll be there when everybody's cool.
Also, I'm assuming while they're forging, there's a slack tub there for them to quench.
Obviously.
I'm going to occasionally spit in that slack tub, and hopeful some of my luck will transfer into the armor.
Okay.
But I'm going to think that's a thing.
I add that to my painting.
My spit.
You spitting into the slack.
of Mary taking a shit. In the
Oh, okay.
Make a luck roll, and in the event that you roll a natural 20, something will happen.
Do I do it with advantage?
No, just actually, I did say you get all luck rolls with advantage, so yeah.
I don't.
Okay. Just got some spit in a bucket.
Runa will be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I'm naturally lucky. It'll rub off in your armor, hopefully.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Makes total sense.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
People ask me to do that shit all the time back home.
To be clear, whether I succeeded or not, my goal was to give you enough time to finish what you were doing and get to the festival. I wasn't trying to rush anyone out of the town.
I'm amped to meet the festival. I'm gonna hurry then.
Dude, Serenity Valley.
Yeah. At a week, I'm like, we gotta go. Tomorrow
Yeah, no,
morning.
we gotta go. Yeah. We have our cart. Bernard with us.
Bernard will go with you, as will Lord Zarlek Kalir.
Oh, he stayed in town that whole time.
Yeah. He wants this dagger, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's giving you the letter of mark.
Say, guys, no, it's a little out of the way, but I'd really like to go to Serenity Valley.
That's a little south of where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we go after?
How about after we're done doing whatever we're doing, we can go to Serenity Valley.
Say, at the very least, I'll go with that.
What's it, Serenity?
There's a Church of the Raven Queen that I need to speak to some of the people there
Oh, right on.
to help get some information on forging this shadow steel.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want?
All right.
You probably need my spit.
Maybe I'll do without your spit.
We got a plan.
All right.
Sweet.
Grab a perpetual.
Could you please grab me?
Also, me too. Or actually,
So-
are there more of the Sterling Pigs?
There's one more upstairs, and then I'm gonna have Brittany bring me more, and then there's the pumpkin beers in there too.
Whatever.
Surprise me, Scott.
Whatever. Yeah. So we're going to a festival, right?
You choose.
Yeah, let's go. How many days does it take to get there?
So we'll see. We'll say that. Yeah. So we said it would take 10 days to get to Serenity Valley, right? That's on the way. So we'll say 5 days, 6 days, something like that.
Cool.
Which will get you there, like
A
by
few days for the festival.
yeah, like about halfway through the festival.
How's Coward doing on the trip?
Howard.
Yeah.
Did we leave already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess is everyone good with leaving and
We're
going to the
taking
festival?
Yeah.
we're taking our caravan, which is one cart with Bernard and Bessie,
Surprise me.
right? How's Bessie get along with Coward?
They get along great. You can pretty much
What
drink
about with
anything,
dog?
Scott. Here.
What's the robot dog's name?
Sparky.
Sparky?
How about Sparky?
Talk among
Oh yeah.
ourselves.
How does Sparky and Coward get along? Think.
I don't
What
know.
would Sparky do?
Sparky's got the personality of a rambunctious puppy.
Oh man, that might frighten Coward a little bit because he's a coward.
Yeah, but Sparky is also this big.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. I hope they end up playing together. I think they will probably by the end of our travel.
I think so.
At some point, I'm gonna go to Milo, or whenever he's not forging. Before we leave, as I'm like, kind of like working my way through the sword that I crafted not too long ago, trying to like still master some techniques there, and
I'm learning
two,
this shit from Runo.
like practicing throwing the kunai, right?
I'm real good at that.
So that's
I'm
that's
really
that's the
fucking
thing.
good.
At some point I would approach and be like, "Hello, I really want to pick your brain on something."
Oh,
I'll go with that. Thanks.
I don't care, man. Whichever one. Roganator? Jesus Christ. Okay.
I've
Oh
been
yeah.
working on my knife throwing technique
For land.
as
Turning all the way to the right.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey.
I've been working on my knife throwing technique, and I've noticed that you seem to be particularly adept at it. But do you have any pointers? I'm trying. I don't know if it's my technique's off, or if it's a. I just want to make sure I've got this down, and I'll like go ahead and I'll like pull out one of the like knife from the pot and just like whip it at something.
So Milo explains. He throws a knife. Never have throwing it. You are throwing it. No, you don't draw it in transition. So similar art. There is not a separate action between holding the blade, right? And I draw and swing a single move. Separated, they're not. Therefore, muscularly throw it's the same. Have the knife. Natural position. Have a knife in my. Butt out and make ready. I throw the knife.
You show me.
He just nailed one into the wall. Do you want me to make an attack roll?
Yeah, you both make attack rolls just for your respective throwing your knives.
Oh, I only give it an 8. That comes out to a total of 13.
Well, this is before I had your advice. So I rolled a 1.
So my 13 definitely shows up as 1, or whatever it ends up being, probably like a, or it's a natural.
Yeah, it was a natural.
Flying it off the wall, shit. So Milo 13, he definitely aces an AC 10 hit your square thing.
Yep.
So now you have to roll again
But
and see
then
if you act
after
like
the
you learned something.
conversation, yeah. That's a lot better. That's 22.
It's Milo's knife.
Nail it.
I think you get it.
See what you're saying.
Nice.
And he goes, you see him like go, he pulls out like a notebook and then starts writing all this shit down. Not
I hope this makes the painting.
for the painting.
Bessie is annoyed by Coward.
Let's see what?
Seems
Annoyed by coward.
Seems annoyed by
The
Coward.
Coward just like wants to be friends, and Bessie's old and just like not here for that.
Oh.
But it's okay.
What about
Yeah, listen. The first cold night we have out in the field
yeah, I'm
when
sure they'll
when
sell that.
Coward snuggles up against Bessie. Suddenly they're gonna be best fucking friends. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
What about Bernard? You want
He's
me to keep my dog away from Bessie?
no. The dog will come up to him.
I imagine Bernard actually.
Yeah, he'll come up to him and be like all over him, and he'll go like, But then like when
Like
you're,
the dad who says, "I don't want a dog," and then they
Yeah.
sleep together on the couch every night.
exactly like when you're not looking, you catch him.
Dad
playing
always
with him.
Yeah.
jokes about the people like when they're about to leave. Oh, you can take the dog with it. You want a dog?
Yeah.
Like, can't wait till I can go out back and Old Yeller this thing. And they're best friends.
Yeah.
All right. So have we officially concluded what we want to do in Greyhaven?
Yeah, let's go get this guy.
We're officially on the road. We're already talking about how Bessie and the dog and Bernard get along.
Yep.
It is a 5-day travel to the entrance to Holder Manor.
Is the
Right.
road full of other people going that direction?
You do spot several other folks, notably one. On day 3, there's a merging there's like a fork in the road where the paths are merging, and you see a guy with a wagon with just a ton of barrels on the back.
Oh, Cool.
He is a dwarf.
maybe one night.
He says, "Oh there,
Oh, there.
guten Tag.
Good day. How you doing?
Mit dir, we do good, yeah.
Yeah. You going to Holder Tavern?
Oh, you go fall festival?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got the beer.
Yeah. I have a little bit of wine, and I point to Coward.
He's strapped like a fucking Saint Bernard.
Yes, we when do you make camp?
Whenever
Tired.
at nighttime, whenever we get tired. So
We
we're going the same way.
sample our wares.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Wonderful. Cool. Hopefully, this dwarf interaction is better than the last dwarf interaction we had.
Yeah.
Seems a lot friendlier.
The other guy seemed pretty friendly
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't speak.
until he wasn't.
I'm maybe slightly worried about him, because this other guy. It's the middle of the night. This guy seems friendly. Being suspicious,
Yes.
suspicious of a person.
So he will, like I said, set up camp with you guys. So he has like 8 barrels in the back, all tied together, and he walks you through like, this is a blonde ale. This is Dwarvis Stout. We have a partnership in a town down here where we brew. This is for the gnomes. They like the lighter red ales, so we got that one. And he's just going through all the different ales that they're getting.
I probably like that. No mail.
Are they tapped?
Yeah, are they tapped? Or are they?
Well, they can be. Which one would you like?
I'd like to try the red ale, the one for the gnomes. I'm a small person too.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, those gnomes don't need a lot of ale. They're small.
They're really tiny.
Yeah. So, so he will tap a red ale, like literally just screw a tap in. And so it's, this is olden times, right? So the beer, it does have natural carbonation, but it's not like it is today. But it is particularly carbonated for old red ale. It has a very caramely and sweet flavor without being overpowering. So you're getting a lot of like malty hints. Yeah. All the beer, when he pulls the barrel over to tap it, that the beer has a symbol stamped into it that looks like a tankard that's overflowing. He also is wearing a necklace with the same symbol. If anyone has religion and would like to make a religion check, you can.
Not me.
Does anyone have religion?
Jack of all trades.
Jokes.
Let's get it.
Show him the joke.
No,
No?
it's a 4.
Okay. There you go.
I'm drunk off this Nomis.
I get out a bottle of sourpuss wine. See what he thinks.
He's little sweet for me taste.
Yeah. Well, when you're drinking beer all day.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff. I have no idea where I'm.
Good thing we have a cart.
caravan.
Half tankard of ale plus small keg.
Good thing we have a cart.
Yeah.
Load it up.
Yeah, we're gonna load up the cart.
It's got to be on the cart.
At 8 strength.
Though Coward's carrying all my stuff.
Well, so the rest of the trip, so you can travel with this guy, and it goes without any sort of issue.
His name? Did he say his name?
His name is Gloin.
Lloyd.
Whoa.
When you get on day 4, the autumn air becomes particularly crisp as you're starting to climb into the mountains. You're noticing the first hints of foliage drop to the ground around you.
At some point on that 4 days, since we're camping with him every night, and we know what we do about Ivan Holderheck and how it's going to a new person, a new monarch.
Mm-hmm.
I ask him about that. I ask him about why, like, what happened, and why it's not going to his kids.
Just, I was gonna say when you say what happened, he's like, he died. The king died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but does he have kids?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that how a monarch works?
Oh yeah. The human monarchy maybe, but Holderheck, we have a. You would say, I think the technical word is federation. There's no way you would know that. We have a government where several clans. We have a monarch, but he only can do so much.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not the clans have their own rulership. He's we say chief of clan. He's the chief of chiefs.
Hmm. But the power never goes to his next generation. It's always newly elected.
Well, the chief, his soon will become the chief of their clan, but then the chief of chiefs gets elected among the clans.
Is the chief of chief always among the other chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
Not a
This is
random.
getting really fucking confusing.
It has to be a chief first. He
You
has to
gotta
be a
stop
chief
saying the word chief.
before he's the chief of chiefs.
Yeah,
Yeah, chief first.
you got it.
Chiefs.
Interesting. All right. I didn't know that about dwarves.
What clan are you from?
He says, "I am." I have to look now. He said, "I am from the Balin clan. We are." He points to his
Loin Balin.
his darker he has like copper skin that he points to, and he says, "We are gold dwarfs."
I gotta be about color.
Loin Balin clan.
Is your Balin chief gonna be in the running for the new monarch?
He is currently backing the former monarch's son.
Oh, so no.
No drive, no ambition.
We
Who do you want it to be?
this is Ivan Jr. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The we gold dwarfs, not so much with the ruling, more we care more about trade. He wiggles some coins together. If good for trade, good for dwarfs.
With acquisition or
Do you know about the Shadow War? Shadow War?
Shadow Steel?
Shadow Steel? And I try and loop. Yes, in conversation.
it's real shadow, so you know it's good.
Just pretend like I didn't hear it.
Yes, remember we got that Shadow War?
Yeah, Mary, I do.
You didn't, maybe this dwarf knows. I mean, trade. They trade a lot. Maybe he knows something about how to work it, or other dwarves do, because dwarves are good at that kind of stuff.
Maybe, but gonna wait until we can get the Serenity Valley.
Oh. Okay.
So
Cool.
Mhm.
So you're coming up on the fourth day. You're coming up starting to go into the mountains on the trail, foliage, fall air, etc. And you eventually, like as you get closer, like very close, you start to see dwarven guards guard the entrance. Most of them are wearing steel-colored, decorated armor, like either half plate or full plate, or scale mail, with halberds that are adorned with what looks to be a stone warhammer. Occasionally, you see one that stands out who is wearing all black armor, adorned with like skulls and bones and things of that nature.
ask glowing. Difference.
All different clans. Black
Oh. Which clan is the Skull and Crossbones clan?
and Ungard. They
Friendly guys?
yes, they protect us from the monsters of the Lichen Waste. That is that's why they wear black and have the skulls. They fight the undead for us. The other ones are the Holderhack clan.
Oh, there's more of them.
I'm imagining like Imperium of Man, like chaplain armor for these guys, like all painted in black, like the Black
Yeah.
Templars or something.
Kind of how I was.
Yep. Oh yeah. So when you come up to the door, there's a very large, especially considering that dwarves live here. It's like a 10-foot tall golden door that is propped open. The door there's various arcane runes on the door. If anyone has Arcana, feel free to make a check.
Me.
We got a 4.
23.
Looks great. Looks really cool.
All right, 23 is very good. Runa, so you recognize that the does anyone speak Dwarven?
I think we came across it
Yeah,
before.
nobody speaks Dwarven.
Ah, shucks. Okay, so you recognize that the runes on the door, it's sort of like a glyph of warding, but it's permanent. And if just based on the fact that you got a really good check, you know that it's to ward out non-dwarves and gnomes.
Oh,
That's us.
It currently seems to be deactivated.
okay.
Like it only wants dwarves and gnomes. It only wants to allow dwarves and gnomes through.
You got
Yeah.
it.
Interesting.
That makes sense. To some
Um,
extent.
there's guards holding the door open. It's big enough that the wagon can come right through. The guy, Gloin says to the guards in Dwarven, "Uken, there with Vitmir," no. And seems to kind of talk you guys up to, not that you wouldn't be allowed in, but just like make that process go exceptionally slow.
Is there a steady stream of people coming into this place?
There are.
There's a party going on.
Yeah.
Just gonna get some notes here. He tells you that you will be called Grimm's Bellar, which means guest of the hall. And that the guards ask you that while you are here, you behave as such.
All right.
They're going to give you. Do you want to participate in the festival?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
1 silver each gets you guys basically a festival pass.
Pay for the party.
Oh,
Jeez.
I'll give him a gold.
So
Wait,
you
no, that's 1 silver each.
Would've paid for
You're,
One,
you're asking for
2,
change.
3, 4.
Six of us.
So that's 3 gold.
10 silver per gold.
He said 1 silver.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
No, I just give him a gold.
He's going to give you guys all.
Horse gets a
We
party
have
pass
dogs.
too.
You know,
I forgot about
dog.
Stroke.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
like really like 7 or 8 people at this point.
Yeah.
He's going to give you each like really makeshift necklace that says Grimm's Bellard on it and has a pitcher of beer.
Awesome.
The VIP pass, guys. Make sure you hold on to that.
As you you're going to go across like a small crest in the trail where the door is, and then you're going to come down, and the first thing you see is this just awe-inspiring image of a giant dwarven community in this mountain. So you come down a little bit, like the sides of the wall are cave-like, but then after probably 10 or 15 feet, it opens to a clearing, and you're just on this like balcony-like structure in front of this giant dwarven area. And you can see in the middle, there's a very large, very wide 2 bridges, well, I'll say 4 bridges that connect to a center area, and you can see like that's where the party's being set up.
How many non-dwarves are here?
Most of the people that you see coming, so there's a higher proportion of non-dwarves coming in, obviously,
Okay.
right? But as you
So
go,
why are non-dwarves allowed?
why are non-dwarves allowed?
This is a campaigning event.
It's a party.
It's just a party that happens to be occurring during campaign.
It was like a fall party.
All right.
The election's not for 5 more months.
So you guys come down on the left, and like there's you're like it's going to take you a minute to get to the center. You're going to be going through different. You see, like you notice a couple things, like stone houses, lots of blacksmithing runa. Like it's like there's a much higher proportion of smiths than you've ever seen. It seems like every 4th house is a smith.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. And then you also just notice like a ton of churches. So you see what I'd call like satellite churches set up, adorning with that stone hammer that you can, it's the sigil of Moradin, is who they worship. But eventually you will get down to the center, in the middle of they call it a hold, and they call it the Great Hall, is what they're going to call this general center of town. And you will eventually get up where people are already set up, like I said, because you're in the middle of this, for this big party. And so I'll say it's probably about 30% non-dwarves, so about 70% of the people are dwarves. But of those, you see a lot of gnomes, and then you see a decent number of dragonborn.
Oh.
And all the dragonborn seem to have some sort of either silver, white, indigo colored scaling.
Silver or white?
It's all like some shade of white, basically. There's a couple halflings, there's a few humans, etc. Everyone seems to be having a real good time. Like lots of the dwarves are drinking, they're just having a blast.
Was there a name for this? Did I miss that? Like a name for the festival itself?
People just keep referring to it as the Fall Festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's it work here? Is it like you have a pass and you go in and party, or is it buy your drink as you go?
So Gloin will say, like, within the center of the town, your pass will get you beer from the vendors. Within the taverns, you will pay. The vendor beer, it gets the job done. But
What beer is your beer?
my beer,
Yeah, where's your beer go?
it says Gloin's Golden Ale. Ale.
A bar.
Yeah, we're taking it to Battle's Revelry.
No, it would be a golden ale.
They're golden dwarves.
He did say it was a blonde ale.
Yeah, so he goes to his destination, which is right. It's like in the center of the square, which is people just refer to it as Revelry, but it's the full name of the bar is Revelry After Battle. He says this is where every time dwarves win a fight, we come to celebrate.
Revelry.
One of the guys, a large guy, bumps into Cassavel. Super hammered dwarf, like large this way, not tall.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "How you doing? I haven't seen your kind here yet.
First time for everything.
Yeah,
Watch where you're going, man.
my comment's pretty good for a drunk dwarf, huh? I learned how to hold your liquor. Cool. So that's it. So Gloin goes into the bar. He's unloading and taking in his barrels. It's done.
Can we talk about the guy's name is Groin?
I checked my
Gloin.
belongings to make sure
Didn't
nothing
get
got
robbed?
fucking stolen.
Oh no, yeah, your
Okay.
belongings are fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. So within the center of the town, there's several stands, and everyone is. It seems like most of them are themed around handing out some sort of beer, and they're giving out like very small tankards, or some sort of dwarven food. Lots of like there's a lot more like mushroom themed food than you would think. Like, not being exposed to dwarven life. But otherwise, sort of like red
We
meat,
can live underground. What are you talking about?
Yeah, caves.
red meat.
This town is, we have the sky above us, right?
No, you're under the mountain.
It's all under the mountain.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like gates we passed through.
Through the
Cave
cave
can be-
system.
gates can be-
Sorry if I didn't explain that well. Yeah. We're in the mountain.
We're in. How big is this void? The hole that we're in.
It's fucking huge.
All inspired.
Are there
It's
towers?
called the
are there-
Holder Heck Mountains, Nick.
Are there like towers holding anything in it?
Um,
Or is it just a huge like Mensa Branson?
yeah, like Mezzabran. It's not. So there's not towers. There's not really anything hanging. Honestly, it's just a
Big
lot of
void.
stone bridges and like being held up by things drilled into the mountain. Most of the areas do have some sort of mountainous floor, but there are areas that are just a void. Like if you jumped off, you would
You'd
fall
fall for a
for
while.
God knows how long.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's wild.
There.
I go to one of those spots and like
jump.
drop a glass. And just to see
Yeah.
how long it would take to
Make a perception check.
roll the one.
Or is that only attack roll?
Wait,
I don't know what happens like.
ability check, saving throws, and attacks. Ability check.
There you go.
Is it an ability check?
Yeah,
That's a skill. It's still.
It's an ability check. Perception.
And I got a 13.
Okay. You hear the faintest hint of glass breaking after I'm gonna say like
Long
8
time.
seconds. Like 8 solid
Wild.
Mississippi
Yeah,
seconds.
that's a while.
And
I want to go share this information with other people. Hey, I'm probably pretty drunk at this point, so.
And to your point about being in a cave, just to be more clear there. So like that the areas that you're going to be in are well lit, but unlike standard just traditional torches or like magical lighting, a lot of things are lit by heating coals. So like there's a lot of braziers. Something
Okay.
like
Yeah.
braziers,
Yeah.
Braziers.
Razors, braziers.
Braziers.
that are either hanging or propped up like a torch would be, or just lit in the center.
What does it smell like?
It's good.
Oh,
Holy
Carbon
shit.
fucking City.
Yeah, you get lots of coal, lots of dirt, lots of fire, like almost like
What about like food? There's no good
too.
food.
Yeah, it's a festival.
the food is a lot of red meat or like very bready type things.
It's great.
And
man.
And mushrooms.
So you get like you'll get like the smell of like fat or stew.
Is there a mushroom soup?
There is.
Is it
Shit
dark?
out of
Like
it.
if I look up, it's just dark.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there is one giant brazier that is lighting the center of this area in the middle of these bridges. So you can see light reflecting off the top, but it is
Stone.
it's stone.
Not a lot of light.
Man, I asked several dwarves while we're there. I'm like, don't you worry about like the ceiling falling on you?
It's like, oh, don't you worry about falling into the sky?
Falling into the sky?
Yeah,
No. Why would I worry about falling into the sky?
so much sky.
Yeah, but gravity is holding you down.
Gravity?
Whatever's like I pick up a rock and I do that. I'm like that.
Just because that happens today, maybe that won't happen tomorrow. And now,
In dwarven philosophy, everybody's Friday.
Arnold, something could fall from sky. That's scary. Here, if something fall from sky, we got a shield.
I mean, that is a good point.
So it's meteorite defense.
You got some sky armor.
Yeah, but what if the mountain falls on you?
Lords would never let that happen.
So no rock has ever fallen from this.
Can't argue with that
I mean,
logic.
once in a while. Yeah, once in a while, but
Has that ever killed anybody?
I'm sure someone Worden didn't like.
That's Morden's version of smiting. It's like a rock falling on
Us
top.
dwarves are stout. If rock hits us, no big deal. We keep it.
Plus, they're shorter to the ground. They got more time to get out of the way.
He knows. So we get some mushroom soup, some different
Yeah, man.
meat.
Partied up for the night.
Guys, check out anything else? There are a lot of people selling their smithing wares. Though those stands seem to be, for some reason, have shorter lines. than the-
I'm definitely
than the
going to
beer
be
stands.
checking out the
Yeah, but they're not moving as fast either.
gems and whatnot.
Likewise.
Didn't you need a gem to power something?
Yeah, he already got it.
You got it?
But what we should do is we should try to get our hands on a diamond worth $1,000, just in case, in the future.
So yeah,
Nobody's even close to casting that spell.
So there are stands that sell gems and gemmed jewelry. There are weapon stands, lots of hammers and axes, throwing hammers.
Hammer?
Yeah. There are war hammers that are made out of stone, which is pretty cool.
Seems to be a common theme around here. Stone hammers.
Fucking dwarves.
You do
What
notice
is their sigil?
you notice a number of folks dressed as clergymen who are telling others like, yes, drink and be merry, but remember the real reason we're celebrating. Moradin's blessing.
Yeah. That the ceiling didn't fall on us? Is that more than blessing?
Another day that the ceiling doesn't fall.
More than blessing!
I mean, I'm gonna check the smithing stands for anything reminiscent of Shadow Steel.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna look.
make an investigate check.
Do you still have any other ore?
I do. I mean, great at this. No, I don't.
Don't see shit.
Paid to see.
Got a 2.
Lord Kalir says, I'm going to go into the bar, quench my thirst with some finer drink, and then afterwards, we will have to seek out Ivan.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I like fine drinks.
Following as well.
I'll have Karnaz keep watch. See the imp.
Fucking imps there.
The imp just turns invisible.
Does anyone question the imp when he's like around? It's like,
Yeah, he stays invisible a lot unless you guys are like by yourself.
I assume I'm following Mary around as much as possible to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Get himself into trouble.
So he's gonna go into the revelry from Battle Bar.
Oh man, we know where this beer came from. We already tasted it.
So you open the door to the bar, and there's just a bunch of really long tables. It's basically just like an old school style beer hall. There's a ton of people in there just having drunk. Like some people are singing songs, like like just fucking having a blast. There's literally
songs about digging holes.
at least one dwarf who's just sleeping on a table, drunk. And like no one seems to care or notice. And then at the end of the hall, there's just the whole wall is just a bar of different dwarves serving different types of beer. Among the population that is in here, a couple things I want to point out.
One.
You notice, not a dwarf, there is a tiefling and you think you recognize this guy from your time in the shadows. You're not 100% sure. It's one of those things like you're seeing somebody at a party. You're like, I think I know
I
who that
remember
is.
like how I know them. Like, were we on good terms? Was
Yeah, his name is. If it's who you think it is, his name is Malthus, and he is a fellow. Like he worked as an assassin for the guild,
Okay.
but he's always had an interest in opening up his own inn someday.
and is he's just drinking here? Like just a customer?
He's just hanging out, but he tells
Are you
you.
here to kill the Pope?
Yeah, he was like whenever you needed to, when you were working at your bar, whenever you needed to have a liaison to the assassin part of the guild, he was always somebody that you could count on. He was also good, like you've hired him. You and Runa probably worked with him as hired muscle before.
Ah,
So Runa, you might also recognize him a little bit, but you were
Wait, Runa used to be in the Mafia?
not technically.
so like good
We work
hired,
together.
good hired hand, assassin, good friend of yours, whatever.
Awesome.
You haven't talked to him since your exile.
I will make my way over there, and when I am behind him, I'm gonna go like, this. If he responds to it,
After a couple shouts, he turns around and he's like, Remy!
I'm like, oh, I thought that was you.
Yeah, come bring it here. He bends over.
Yeah, what brings you here? I hope it's not business.
He says, I always talked about how I want to start an inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to happen. There's this, I don't know if you heard about this drought.
A little bit.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, as you know, every crisis is an opportunity. Lots of people fleeing their homes, right? So I'm going down south to Serenity Valley. I'm going to buy some property I picked out, and we're
That's
going to
capitalism.
start an inn.
I was just gonna head to Serenity Valley when we left here.
That's such a strange coincidence. He says, but on my way, I had to stop by the fall festival.
Yeah, absolutely.
He says, oh, by the way, I heard about that bullshit, man. Fucking Durap, dude. That guy's such a fucking dick.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure all that out. I'm gonna straighten that out.
Yeah. You didn't do it right.
Nah.
Yeah. I didn't think so.
I'm a little insulted you have to ask.
Yeah, I mean, well, we are, in the shadows. You never know, but yeah, I didn't think so, man. I know you're a good guy. That's fucked up.
We're not there, right? Or are we there? Or...
Well, I mean, Bruno was there for sure, and I mean, you're in the bar. Probably depends.
So you're trying to hide the conversation from them, or do you not care?
Not really. I don't really hide it when I see him.
He's like, he did get promoted now, though. He's basically running his own crew.
How's that gonna work with running an inn and?
Oh no, Durap did. He's telling me.
Oh,
He's
Durap,
just giving you an update. Like busting you apparently got him some clout.
Bustin made him feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got busted for something?
Frame job.
It's a long story.
Frame job.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's bullshit, man. If you ever hear anyone talk about this, nonsense. He said,
Nonsense.
"What are you guys doing here?"
We wanted to come to the party.
Yeah, we're here for the festival,
Well,
and
good thing to do.
yeah, we don't got all the details yet, but maybe some work along the way.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, what are you up to nowadays? Now that you're not in the guild.
Traveling around with this party. I don't know if you heard about this dragon that might need slaying.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
I got this group here.
Oh,
We're trying to get enough money together. Need one more Lord's
Whether or
blessing
not,
But we also need
And-
a shitload.
and a bunch of gold.
So we're about 5K short.
so you guys are an adventuring party,
Yep.
and you're looking for some gold.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys get done here, come find me in Serenity Valley. He's like, I'm gonna. That's tongue in cheek. My bar is gonna be named Avernus.
That's like the first layer of hell.
Got it. Yeah. So you're not gonna. Right now, the bar is literally just a building with a sign on it. But I need an infusion of gold to make this happen the way I want it. And I think I have a job that we could work together on that would be mutual beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it shouldn't take too long here, but
Lots of gold. Lots of gold. Gonna put a big dent in that 6,000.
Look how it sounds. We'll definitely stop by there.
Cool. Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Yeah, guys, we got some more for after here, and Cass, I don't know if you heard, but you know, kind of worked it out that we're gonna go right to Serenity Valley for you.
Just like you wanted.
Yeah, just like you wanted.
Just like you wanted.
Milo,
Your dog.
you hear one of the guys drinking up against the bar is wearing a uniform that looks similar to the guards that were out front.
But not quite.
Not quite. He's talking to one of the Dragonborn, which is why he's speaking Common and not Dwarven.
I actually also speak Draconic.
Okay, great. Let's say he's speaking in Draconic then. That makes it more fun. And you hear him tell a story that the craziest shit happened to him last week. He found a fucking dude in the desert, just wandering out of the desert, like guy claims to be a knight for Alec Brighton. Like how is obviously he's lost his fucking mind.
Oh, that can happen in the.
Yeah, and the Dragonborn's like Alec, the founder of the continent. And he's like, yeah, that guy. He's saying he knows it. Name of Terminus.
Sounds like a nut job.
If anyone else speaks Draconic, you can also hear that conversation.
Oh, I don't speak Draconic. Never mind.
Yeah. How would you take that language?
Yeah, why after playing the Prelude would I possibly have chosen to take that language with this character? It's just I just picked it at random. It's like which one of these sounds can be?
Me, on the other hand, I took Thieves' Camp.
You didn't. You got given Thieves' Camp.
Hard. Because of his background, it was
Being the
okay
guild.
that I could take Thieves' Camp.
All right. I'll buy it. All right.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say that you hear within the bar conversation is there are two people arguing over who's better. Ivan Holderhat
Right, Jesus Christ.
or Krier Ungart, who are both two of the candidates that seem to be running for this position.
Guard.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
it's the undead.
the undead
This
fighter.
golden crossbow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna slide on up into these DMs here, and I'm gonna ask quietly in Draconic, what's going on with this whole man in the desert.
He's like, what? He's like, craziest thing happened to me, man. There I am, just standing in my post, normal, looking into the desert. Do this shit every day. Nothing ever happens, right? And then not this far south anyway. And then I see a guy coming out of the desert out of nowhere. I grabbed my halberd and I was like, "Ho there!" You know. And he was intelligent. He wasn't a zombie. He just said he was a squire of some famous, old founder.
From 175 years.
Yeah, hundreds of years ago. Yeah. Obviously the guy's out of his brain, but I don't know how he got into the desert. It says, he had a helm with some horns on it, and had a T in the helm. At that point, you see another dwarf down the way, kind of go like, "Did you say you found someone in the desert?" And the guy's like, "Oh Jesus, don't fucking." He's fucking talk about crazy. He says he saw his long lost brother wandering through the desert a couple months ago. This guy's been missing for 20 years, and he says he saw him going through ever since he's been a drunk. The Terminus. He's being held as a guest of the church until we can figure out what to do with him. If you go up the main northern way, there's one of those satellite churches the guards use. He's staying there. Do you know him? Does this story make sense to you?
Curious about what he might have to say.
Says, okay. He says, the other guy says, I'm curious too. Maybe you saw my brother. He comes over to you, his breath like as soon as he opens.
Breath of the brewery.
Is this still in Dwarven?
He's now we're speaking Draconic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is good because I'm not any good in.
Actually,
in
well,
Dwarven.
I'm gonna say he's probably speaking Common and understanding Draconic. I'm drunk to realize this. So he's just speaking Common, and so you guys don't hear the Draconic half of the conversation, but you hear this really drunk.
When he addresses me in common, when I address him in active common.
Okay. Yeah, you hear the really drunk dwarf talking about his missing brother in the desert.
You lost your brother?
Yeah. Not a pleasant subject. He was taken from us years ago, and everyone thought he was lost, but I knew he was alive. I knew it. No one believed me. And then, a couple months ago, I saw him.
How'd you see him?
I was praying to Moradin outside of the mountain, and he was walking through the desert. I swear it was him.
During this
Why didn't
captivating
you?
story, Milo is going to slip off and start heading.
Why didn't you go out to him?
I did. I swear I did. I ran out, but I got caught in a sandstorm, and then the other dwarves, they won't let me go out again. But I know he's out there.
How long ago was that?
Months.
Oh. I don't know.
Who was your brother?
Could he handle himself in the desert?
Gordon does everything for a reason.
Says his name was Flint Hammerhill.
Well, Fred, I'm sorry for your loss.
I know, me too. Well, lost. Well, he might still be out there.
Right. My apologies.
You try and send him a message with magic.
Says he starts to do some magical gestures, and like some like white lighted divine magic starts to happen, but it just kind of falls apart. It's like I'm not that powerful enough yet.
Well, you can pay somebody else to do it.
So I don't have coin. I could get some coin or learn my craft.
How much coin do you need to send a message to somebody?
A couple hundred gold.
That's more than I have.
Well,
Well, we're going to go on this other adventure and make a lot of money. You want to come along?
could I get some gold for my brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to.
Mary.
Sweet.
Mary.
Trust me.
Mary.
Things are supposed to happen like this.
Listen. And just keep adding people to the group, promising them money.
I know, we're up to like 10 people now.
We need a lot of money yet. We can get into this hunt.
He says, "My name's Throck."
Throck? Nice to meet you, Throck.
He gives you a big hug, and you think he.
Oh, you sure, man? I feel like this Throck guy could really use our help.
I also really think we need to discuss it with the group.
All right, group. You guys want to give this guy a couple hundred gold, or you want to have him help us kill some stuff?
He says, "I'm a priest of Moradin. I got a hammer. I can."
How drunk is he?
He's really drunk. He's like, "I can do divine magic."
Apparently not.
Hammer and faith.
Well, when I'm sober, I can do divine magic.
Yeah.
We already have 2 people following us.
Following you?
But he needs help.
We have 2
Following?
What do we do?
add-ons here. 2 NPCs.
We have Bernard. We have the tiefling.
Yeah, we have 2 people following.
We have the other guy. We're probably going to ditch him.
I don't really want to split.
That's what I was trying to say.
Hey, Rock, I suggest you get lost.
It's like, God damn it.
Listen, Brock. Well, if we ever find ourselves out in the desert, keep an eye out for your brother.
I appreciate
But I
it.
feel like maybe you should stay here and
Wait for him to come home.
Drink some
he
coffee.
might show up here. You never know.
I'm also going to give Throck 20 gold, and toward him being able to cast the magic. contact his brother.
It's like, so I can't come with you guys?
It's inadvisable. Stay here.
He looks at you, Mary.
Flint might come back. If you're gone, who'll be here to greet him?
Looks at you, Mary.
Wait, the lock.
When I told Throck to get lost, it was my new spell I'm trying out, suggestion. which is suggesting Throck gets lost.
Nice.
So is there a save involved with that?
Yeah, it's DC 13 minus 1d6.
Oh, you're using your party. College eloquence shit.
Still give him fully gold.
Okay, he walks away.
Now he has to try to perform that task to the best of his ability for the
He's
next
gonna get lost.
8 hours.
Get lost in the desert, you bastard!
That's not what he said. He said get lost.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna leave.
Like, and there goes half the campaign.
That's gonna have him go. Looks like your party is full. I'll wait for you at camp.
As soon as he completes his task, free. So if he gets lost in the next hour, he's free.
Well, he's pretty drunk. He's probably been lost for a minute.
He's
That's
gonna
true.
He's going to wander off in the same direction for 8 hours.
Damn.
Maybe it's towards where we're going, guys.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk out towards the desert. I think Walt was right.
Go find his brother.
Well, hopefully the guards
no.
stop him or something. I don't know.
All right. So while they were doing that, you decided to sneak off, Milo.
Yes. I'm heading toward the accommodations that have been made for this man from the desert. The crunch.
Okay. You walk, following the guard's advice, you walk up the main road and leading up the side of the mountain on the outskirts of the town is a
This is all still inside a citadel, underground in a mountain, or this is now on the surface?
nope. First one. There is a stone balcony-like walkway that leads up to an opening that goes outside, and on the corner is a stone church building with 2 pieces of cloth holding the holy symbol of Moradin hanging. Out front of the building is a guard.
Standing next to the door or in front of the door?
Next to the door.
All right, then. I'm going to walk confidently up to the door and open it and go inside and not look at it.
Okay. He's going to look at you like, what the fuck? But then, since you're confident,
confidence.
he's just going to assume it's cool.
Need like a worker's one.
I'll have his mask, a clipboard, or a ladder. I'll get you in anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
He got it too.
Yeah. Okay. You go into, there's a small chapel set up for Morden. Holy symbol on the wall. And,
Hammer still.
yep. And there is an anvil, a very small anvil on an altar with some money, with some bowls that have some coins and gems in them. And then you see a hallway that leads into the building.
Hey, I am going to walk up to the anvil. Pocket every time. No, I'm gonna put 1 gold piece on the anvil, and then can go on down the hallway.
Oh, it's very nice. You walk down the hallway, and on the right, there are some rooms with the doors open. That is a large bay with bunk beds and various pieces of armor and weaponry. Some of it's like organized and hung up. Some of it's just thrown on the ground because some guard was tired at the end of the shift.
But there's nobody hanging out there.
Not on the right. On the left-hand side, there are doors to individual rooms, one of which is being guarded by 2 guards.
And the others are.
The others are just closed.
I'm gonna walk in and press them in common and just say, "I'm here to talk to the man from the desert."
They kind of look at each other, but like to be honest, they like the thing with this guy is like no one knows what to do with him. So they don't want to completely just let him go because he seems nuts, but they also aren't trying to like deal with it. Like not their chair, not their problem. So at that, they're just gonna assume once again that you're just that makes sense.
Walking with confidence.
Give me like a persuasion check, but it's gonna be a really low DC.
Good, because I have 1 charisma. So
Ooh,
I'll
you're
use
good.
my.
Me too.
I'll use my.
Me 3.
Brought
Bruno, what's your charisma score?
one of the high
Ugly
charisma
motherfucker.
Rune?
halflings
What?
with
Yeah,
you.
guys, bring all the little guys along.
What's that, Runa?
10?
10. All right, so Runa at least has 10.
Jesus. You guys are pathetic.
All right, so I rolled an 8 and a 5
How many
for
hit points?
13 for a total of
24.
12.
You're at.
Okay, you're good.
Say bards are D8.
So it was DC 10, so it was pretty easy. They're gonna say, "Oh, thank God, someone's here.
Thank Morin.
And we don't know what to do with this guy." And they'll open the door. Describe to
Jesus.
Walter and Milo what you look like.
So he's a large, foreboding knight.
He's like they didn't like strip him or tie him up or anything. He's
No, I
he
have
just
no
gave him a
doubt.
place to
he,
be.
he well, no one knows this because you guys are out of the room, but he intelligently just gave them a signet ring that showed he was of noble status. So
I also have a scroll of pedigree.
yeah, so like at the very least, they don't know what
They
the
know
fuck's
he's-
going on, but they know he's a noble, and they don't want to offend him. And they're very honorable, lawful people, so they treat him like a noble.
But he wears black chainmail armor with a spiked helm that sort of has like a devilish visage on it. It's like a
With
visored
horns,
helm.
right? With horns
Yeah, like
itself,
full
because
horns.
that's the logo.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then he has like a tattered, blood red cloak on and 2 large great swords. One has like a screaming skull on the hilt, and the other one has like bat wings or sonic wings
So
across the handguard.
he's got all his he's still got all his gear on him right now. He's
Yeah.
like strapped and ready to clap as
Yeah,
is.
his
love
like pack is probably off. You know, pacing back and forth. Some sort of word.
2 fucking great swords, man. That's
He's a huge dude. Like he's like extremely 6'5".
God damn.
You said you have the.
He's the new tall one.
You said you have the original visage of Terminus.
Yeah,
The
well,
heraldry?
yeah. The sigil is the. So House Hermes' sigil right now is a helm with a T across it, but the one he's wearing has the horns, like he's wearing in his helm, like the. And his armor is like very well made.
How long ago did that go out of? Again, I'm not there, but just for
So I was
visual
gonna say,
purposes, how long ago did that go
Hundreds
out?
and hundreds
So-
of years ago.
Walt, your knowledge of history that we've already established will let you know that that is not the current.
Right. And it hasn't been since the founding of the nation.
You recall that at some point early on in Omron's history, they got rid of the horns to take a less openly devilish.
Yeah. Yeah, his armor is also heavily depicted. You know, devils and like scenes of like torture, blood war, and
So we're talking about literally hundreds of years ago, like 300 plus easily.
Damn.
I like seeing Boba Fett after he came out the Sarlacc. Also, he doesn't
An
have his
armored
helmet
glove punches through the sand.
on. Yeah. He also keeps his helmet
After
on.
500 years had passed.
Milo is going to close the door behind him and quietly walk in. Give a gentle but eyeing bow to the noble and ask,
Sorry. Or, sir.
my name is...
Is he a knight or what is he?
Oh
what does he
no.
look like?
So Milo is just wearing black studded leather under a green cloak, and he has a bunch of knives on his belt, and most people don't really probably know, but a flintlock on his hip.
Doesn't look like a noble.
No, he definitely looks like somewhere between a rogue and a woodsman.
I said, are you with my father's retinue? Who are you?
No one had any conversation.
Dwarves have had me shut in since my arrival. He's gonna explain waking up, battle, all that stuff to him. Say that
I don't
he's
actually
very
think-
confused. Oh,
did earlier.
okay.
You
So
actually have
that's
to
right.
explain that to me.
So I awoke, or we were ambushed close to the Holder Heck. Sir Alec, my father, Bishop the First, and whoever else is there on.
Yeah, House Free.
It's a pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Drakes, the Thorns, and the Byrons were the other three families, and then you had various halfling servants with you.
There was a huge pilgrimage I was a part of. I explained to you where we were looking to settle on Saladia, on the other side of these mountains, and at some point in our journey, enormous undead scorpion attacked our caravan, and last thing I remember is the hail piercing my torso, and woke up buried and was knighted posthumously, and I'm looking for my father and Alec and my.
So, biggest takeaway. You know you're a knight?
Yeah, I found out I was posthumously
I know,
knighted.
but like, how do you know you're a knight?
It was on my gravestone, and it was like, yeah,
Sir.
documented. Yeah.
So yeah, you know that this was once again hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, my character, his immediate response, I said it. You've been dead longer than you think.
So he's completely freaked out now.
Your father's heard of his name was
What year is it?
I tell him whatever the fucking year is.
It sort of
But
just
it's on the
like
common calendar.
falls against the wall for a minute, like.
Yeah, I'll give you. I actually have a timeline. I'll give you a year. And then also like, literally like year zero started when they founded this thing. So like, the
So
Right,
he's
but
BC.
Milo has a strong
Yes.
enough grasp of history that he can prior to that determine. So we got that.
They
going
measure
for us.
time differently now.
They ran out of years. They started over. The clock face and to go around.
So yeah, he's mind blown pretty much.
The nation you sought to found with your family has been founded in a way felled, or a bloodline no longer.
Who is the ruling family?
Out of nobility. A challenge to see couples out. Imagine you consider that you're in your blood.
Absolutely. Lands belong. Terminus.
Well, that
Sworn to us in an oath by.
may be true. Getting people to acknowledge that is challenging. However, I came to tender a question. I am currently auditioning to be a member of a party of adventurers who are found a claim of land in territory. You could follow in your grandfathers, great grandfathers.
My,
it is six.
Wait, no, I'm going the wrong direction. You could follow in your fucking grandnephew's footsteps, right? Or no. So his father still founded a nation.
It's definitely a family member
You
for
could
sure.
follow. You could follow in your father's footsteps, and found another nation using that claim.
661 after Brighton's founding, also abbreviated as BF.
So it's been like over 600 years.
And sorry for not having that ready.
No. Totally
Just
cool.
know that land they're founding better not be in the wild. It's right next.
It's been 700 years.
Um,
But so Milo is selling him on the idea of becoming a party to this crew in order to get land to refound the house.
Constantine's gonna pull himself away from the wall. Sort of check out, looking out whatever there is, and just let that sink in for a while. And then start smashing furniture with his gauntlet, like.
So a couple things though. You found out that like Brighton, you were sworn to help Brighton do what he did. Mission successful. Yeah, he's dead, but he did it. Like you accomplished your quest as a knight. And your father established a country. So good news. The bad news is probably that it got overthrown.
Yeah, but it lasted for a couple of generations.
Yeah.
Better than a lot of countries do these days.
After some silence, he says he wants to be Alec's grave and Where are we exactly?
Spine of the world.
Your
It's
mask.
not actually called that. It's
Yeah,
not.
well, he just did, so now it's canon. It's gonna happen. That's
Is
actually
there a
from,
map
from the other
anywhere that
side.
you can look at?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, see if you can procure a map.
Well, Milo being a is as definitely.
Oh, excellent.
It's just a cool nickname. Spite of the world.
Can we go? Yeah. He asked you to like go over it.
Here's the nation. I actually Milo intentionally skipped the part about the whole. I mean, I guess you would know that he became a ward, right? Didn't talk about that or its long-standing political effects, but I guess now we're gonna have to.
Lichen Waste, Holderic Mountains, current location, Greyhaven, Gideon, where Alec Brighton founded the Omron Dominion, where Bishop Terminus I founded.
Winelands.
Wildlands, Korth, Neverth Forest, and that ground.
Okay, so the issue then
Where
being
the graves of Alec Brighton and
Alec Brighton's grave, you would probably, this is like an educated guess, you probably wouldn't know for sure.
but I would imagine.
Yeah, he's in Dawn's Edge. That one you're pretty confident on. In terms of Bishop Terminus I, he's likely buried in Omron City.
Perturbed since the open.
We're heading towards that way next. We're going to Serenity Valley.
My suggestion to him was found a nation, start his own thing, build it up to the point where it's able to do something relative to that very, very high set goal of I'm going to claim this entire country.
I explained that I must have been awoken. And then I show you underneath my armor where that
Scorpion
scorpion
sting
put
struck,
its
yeah.
whole tail. How it's healed. You know, and then I take off the helmet. And his skin has become like very pale, almost like decomposing, and his veins are like filled with like what looks like venom and
That's
black.
not good.
Yeah. He puts the helmet back.
Suck it out.
Yeah, he used to be handsome, but scary, and his pale blue and
why is a negative one
pigments
charisma now,
down.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, he got the charisma stung right at him.
Yeah. So that's why he keeps the helmet. This is the
Boba Fett wasn't even doing the whole.
Cool.
So the question is, sold on the idea of joining. Will you join me on my quest to Camelot?
I will join you. Leads to the lands of.
What I am
I
proposing
think
is
we're going to have to put this up to a vote.
Yeah.
not a direct action, but step on a very
Dude, I'm along. You have my swords.
All right.
all I need to do is explain this to the rest of them.
We just need to find an axe and a bow.
Freaking, you're lucky you did that suggestion, man, because Throck, Hammerhill is going to be so pissed.
I just feel like we have like an 8-person party now, and it's like we're gonna take this guy on. We got to split with another guy. He's crying or in the corner.
You really want this guy crying around with us all the time?
I wouldn't cry all the time.
If you will follow me back to the celebration, rest of my party, do my best. Your value.
I am going to gather my possessions along.
Well, I come back out to you fellas, and I explain
with
that
with this giant guy
with
by his
this
side.
big ass dude.
Who's the Death Knight?
I explain that he has a legitimate claim if any issue found with our existing mark or our third one come through from, he may be able to provide us one, assuming
Produce my scroll.
Oh, you found another ward.
So now we're just.
What are we doing here, guys?
We're making an army.
We just
To
turned away
bring
one
down-
drunk, and now we get this.
lifted.
What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, we're making an army.
You guys check your mics. I'm having a little trouble hearing you.
We'll say that at least this guy.
Ryan,
He's
which I
not crying in the
appreciate.
corner.
He is really big.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay. Can you check your mics? I don't know if maybe one got unplugged. I'm just having a little trouble hearing you all, especially over by Walt.
Only the one microphone over here.
Might be a light on.
It was unplugged.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Back on
That's
the
better.
line.
New audio device
Where's the mouse?
detected.
Where's
What
the mouse?
the?
Hole in the table. We need a hole.
Oh,
Alright,
no,
so yeah.
no.
We need the mouse.
Don't click anything. Don't switch, right?
Right.
Catching is not a bot.
Don't switch. There we go.
That's right.
Okay.
Now we give us
Hold
back to
it
BD.
now.
It's all about throwing.
So, yeah, we were talking about how we do appreciate how this dude is not crying his eyes out
Yeah.
right now.
Said, are we gonna let the new guy bring in the new guy? What the fuck is this?
I mean, it's,
Where are we going next? Are we fight? What about this dagger thing? Is that what we're here for?
yeah, we didn't even start the quest here.
Yeah. You're here to
This
find.
is on the way to the
Oh.
dagger.
Well, you're here. Like theoretically, the dagger is here somewhere. So
Here.
you were supposed to like, and he just told you this. He said, "I'm gonna go drink." Lord Kalir. He's like, "I'm gonna drink, and then we can start to find this warlock." So you're looking for a warlock named Ivan Holderheck, who has this sacrificial dagger.
Just
Is it
happens to be
Holderheck
the
the
same
name?
name of the guy who's running
So
for the monarchy.
You're gonna quickly find that a lot of people here are named Ivan Holderheck.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's
Does
very
anyone
common
pass
name.
away?
Yeah.
Let's
too?
say he was like a legendary feature. I mean, Remy at one point told a story about Ivan Holderheck, the legendary Ivan Holderheck.
Yeah.
Ivan Holderheck that inspired all of the other.
The same way there's a lot of Ben Afflecks out
You got it.
That's a great name, man.
there. It is.
Works for a boy or a girl.
So anyways, I mean, at least this dude seems like he would be able to carry his weight.
Yeah, say, how good are you with those swords? Let's not be that.
Trained by the best swordsman.
Oh, don't say that around this guy.
Well, that's Alex Legend.
How do you build him?
I just give you a very like analyzing squint or like look
With
over.
one eye, because he's an elf.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. With my one eye.
Say,
I'm not so good with reckoning at this point.
So
How
who-
tall is he?
yeah, who was that? Who's the best swordsman alive?
Alex.
Say,
Oh, nope.
He's not
Re-
alive.
rebuttal?
So, have you introduced to the broader party your name and who you are?
Yeah, I would have opponent for.
Okay. Who else has history?
I do.
I do.
I have jack of all trades.
Let's get some history.
I also
Slash
It's
jack
always
of all
the fucking
trades.
answer.
Huh?
I produced that scroll of pedigree and gave it.
Yeah.
It was like what it was.
I got a 15.
14.
How'd you do? Okay. I'm gonna just put Remy and we're gonna end the same camp. So the name everyone knows. Every child knows who Alec Brighton is. Okay. Yeah. It's akin to like George Washington. Like you know who he is. And that he's been dead for 660 years. I mean, the convention of naming time is named after him. The Terminus family, also pretty well known. Like you could have probably gotten that with a 5. Like, so yeah. But now realizing I just shouldn't have had you make checks because like it's such an easy DC. Like
Yeah, but so
Yeah.
knowing the Terminus name is one thing, but
Yeah.
knowing about the lost son who vanished in the
Yeah.
desert on the way to founding the nation,
you don't
that's more of a, that's only one paragraph in the entire social studies textbook, right?
exactly. So you don't know specifically. Like you haven't heard of him specifically. Like that would have been a really hard check. But you do know that like the Terminus is where
Termini?
occult,
Terminuses?
devil
Gemini,
worshipping
for sure.
tyrants, some would call them, dictators, that ruled the Omeron Dominion with an iron fist, and about 130 years ago caused a giant war across the continent due to a deal that they made with a pit fiend, like called the Faustian War. Like people, like you definitely know about that. So like it's seeing a guy like, not you probably wouldn't care, like especially being from Omeron, you two, like I don't know how much you would really care. Like a lot of the people there actually still speak with reverence of the Terminuses because they think that this new Sephora king, that line's
Just
only,
too soft.
yeah, that line's only been around for about 130 years, and he thinks that there are a lot of people, especially among the nobility and the wealthy, think that the Sephoras are weak, because with their good ideals, like basically because they're good aligned, they don't necessarily like it because that lawful evil runs deep in the country. So a lot of people also speak with the Terminuses with reverence, but it's controversial. It's like depending on what side of the political spectrum you're on, you're either going to really like them or really hate them. Yeah. So decide for yourself what side you're on there. But yeah,
As an opportunist, he would probably be all right with a lot of Terminus ideas, although he was not around nearly long enough to.
yeah. Also, Shembliflin and Thorngage fought against Terminus directly.
That is very true. I wasn't thinking of from that aspect. He was with Sephora.
Yeah. But I don't know,
Sephora.
Being who he is, I don't know how much that really matters within the grand scheme of things. Either way, that family has been dead and long gone and like wiped off the map.
Everyone in that family.
Everyone in that family. And now here one is with the heraldry and the proof and all that. It's an interesting chip that just fell in your lap.
But so he potentially there is a very real potential that he could just write us one of those letters.
Yeah.
That's the selling point that Gallo brought back
that's
to the squad.
Now would Cole Sephora and his followers honor that?
Are they okay? So
Right.
they are worshippers and adherents to the.
Nobility.
They have no
loyalty.
choice. They have absolutely no choice.
Dude, it would be like Napoleon Bonaparte's son coming back to France and being like, "Hey, I own that castle." That's
But he's
what-
not. He's not claiming.
So-
this. So the
You're right.
contest.
He's just
states
trying to get
that
in the
you need-
contest.
You
But
need
still,
to be
like-
a member of nobility.
For better, I mean, we're here to get a fourth one anyways. Here, maybe we'll go get a fifth one. But it's good to have backups, especially for when they pull back
Yeah, it's
the
true.
last one we got. But when he says that, I go like, "Haha, good one," and see what his reaction is, and probably make a
What
is
we
that?
call based on that?
an insight. I guess that would be check.
So
He's like
he says like good one, like you're joking.
like it's a fall festival Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm cosplaying later too. Actually.
How do you
What's
react?
Well, did you show the pedigree?
Yeah, but that that
I mean, I don't know how much I looked at it when he said
doesn't
who
mean
he
a whole
was.
lot to a drunken halfling all the time.
Does his
I just
armor
looked
look
for it.
like it was sitting in a desert for a couple hundred years?
Um,
Like, is the leather cracked and shit?
It's all
Is-
changed.
He's wearing really well-made old.
yeah, it does. Like,
Like,
it does.
Being honest though, like my first reaction is probably not going to be to like start checking out his armor and shit. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
judge
Yeah, you think
him.
he's joking?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
judge him on it. Laugh at him, see if.
I just produced
what
the
his response
scroll
is.
and hand it to him.
So seeing as he is remaining stoic, based off of that, how he's still being serious, I try to make an insight check. Well, I don't know necessarily how this would work.
Having the real
Not that good.
conversation now.
But,
Yeah.
I feel like that's enough.
So
He's
he's
not bluffing. Though.
right.
he's not
He's
laughing.
he's dead serious. And if the thing he handed you is a forgery, it's a really good one because you can't spot any sort of like it looks like a legitimate old letter of.
Which also appears. to
He
be
says
sitting
that
in the
that's
desert
not
for
enough.
1,000 years.
I also don't understand why the powers that like be and those that we serve got me, and then he like starts to undo his armor and like shows them.
So yeah, seeing his reaction, along with the paperwork, all the old historical stuff, and him showing his wound, just like Oh shit! Like, maybe this dude's serious.
Milo just
He tells
found as an
them-
undead
He
noble.
tells them the story of like.
Does he
No,
look
no,
undead?
No,
He won't
not
take
really.
his helmet off, but his face. Yeah, like
He
his
don't
skin.
look.
is-
He looks fucking busted, is what he looks like.
I was gonna say, well, yeah, you can describe it.
Yeah, like his skin is grayed. Like his pupils have lost pigment. Like I think Jay said like by the wound and like some of his veins are like black from like the venom going into his bloodstream.
Yeah.
He doesn't
But the
have
wound
rotting
itself
flesh.
isn't a gaping.
No rotting
hole
flesh,
in
no
it.
smell.
No smell.
Just like sort of graying of the skin. Otherwise, he's a very handsome knight. Long black hair, like a long black beard.
Black hair, not white hair.
Mm. It looks like if you ever saw portraits of the Bishop the First, it kind of looks like.
How do our goals align with
Constantine.
Constantine?
Sir Constantine.
Is it teen or time?
I've heard that you want to. So I've heard slaying a I remember of dragons from 600 years.
Well, the last time you were alive, the wildlands were inhabited by halfling and elves. Right?
He didn't even know what the wildlands
I
were
had
at
no
that point.
idea. Yeah, he says, "What's the wildland?"
His
Well,
lands to the
Milo
south?
gave him a
A brief
brief
history
rundown of like the borders.
Yeah, you weren't. None of that was established. When
He
you were
explains to Mary like, this is all like to him. That like he was coming here to settle this, and he was slain before he even made it out of the desert.
What were you
So him
fighting?
seeing Omron, a giant undead, like a monster, or what was this? Like
around. Yeah, monster scorpion.
Yeah, a huge monster scorpion.
Besides that, what were your armies fighting?
We were fleeing,
Oh.
The
fleeing our
question
old
is,
lands to settle safer.
why is this guy back?
Fortunately,
Well-
find out myself.
That leads me to believe that he should come along. This happens, man. I'm telling you, it's weird. But like when things need to happen, they just happen when you're hanging out with me.
Good
Apparently-
old-fashioned fatalism.
Apparently, sometimes they just happen, and then sometimes the group decides that they shouldn't happen, and suggestion somebody to leave.
You know, that's life. That's what that is. How about we take him along?
You see Kosovo roll his eyes at Mary's statement there.
We can bring him along, and then when he gets his lands back, give the wildlands back to the halflings.
That's right. We should get him to agree to that now.
He knows too much. Oh, that's coming.
I mean, the issue with the wildlands is not about ownership.
Leadership.
No, it's more. It's an issue with nature of the wildlands. They're constantly in flux.
So we need to get him out of flux.
Correct. If we would, they're to be inhabited, they would need to be out of flux.
Do you know how to defluxify things? Mr. Terminus?
Do you know how to unflux yourself?
You know how to unflux things?
I feel like Mary will be able to figure that out.
Mary's got it.
Unfluxing?
Mary's got it.
Yeah, you said you're lucky, right? You'll.
I mean, we'll probably figure it out, but maybe this guy who's not been around for 600 years might know how to deflux things.
He couldn't even flux himself from that scorpion, so.
All right.
Flux himself out of that prison cell.
We use magic. We use magic to convert those lands back to what it was like in his memory. That would work. We need to get a wish.
Yeah, whatever you say.
I know the
Keep his
spell.
brain from getting
No.
smashed.
Not yet, but we have one more piece of the puzzle. That's what I'm saying.
What are they trying to do?
They're trying to get the
Gonna use
Wildlands.
your
back.
memory of
You
a
don't-
place you've never
your
been.
Once
memory-
again, you've never
place
been
you've
there.
never seen.
You don't know where it is. You were trying to find this continent. Maybe Walter explained it in his thing, but
Oh
like,
wait, he was never even
yeah.
there.
So
but it's
this
like-
is
we have a
he
deal
just
now.
existed at a time.
this is the Wildlands. This is where you died.
Yeah.
None of this
and
was
you were,
established.
and
yet.
now-
you were going that way.
Show the land that he should inherit. Show that where that is. Borders the wildlands.
So
Oh, wait,
the
actually,
space-
the land that he probably thinks you should inherit.
The space that Milo is selling you on acquiring is therefore right down there where you're talking about, like where you want to place your rightful claim. And
Also, let's backtrack for a second. You're trying to just hand off the claim that all of us would earn.
a portion. There's a portion.
I like it being our place.
In the
But when I did that, I pointed to the two halflings.
Yeah, and I don't know where. We don't know where the land we are supposed to get would be.
So he has.
Who said they were getting?
We just
land?
know it borders the wildlands.
It's part of the deal.
The
With
quest
the-
to slay the dragon.
Yeah, right,
Slay
right,
the
right.
first group to slay this dragon will be given a land, a holdfast basically by
in
so
the
I
realm
forget
somewhere.
I forget the lord, but
It'll be bordering the wildlands, so it'll be separate.
We made an official lord in Omron again.
Yeah, so we have a deal. We'll help him out, and then he helps us out.
Yeah,
But it
say
was-
if you give me an Omeron, I'll give you. We'll write some treaty.
Boom.
Okie dokie. So we've now settled that. Constantine is allowed to hang out with you. Yeah. The fall festival is you see everyone's going outside of the bar to where I don't even know where you're at right now, but whatever, to the center of the town where there are extremely large tables being set up.
huge table.
Because they are going to have the dinner feast, and the priest that is the head of the Church of Morden is going to give a blessing.
Okay.
All right. You guys participate in the dinner, or do you fuck off?
Free dinner.
I fuck off because I tried to eat something and my body's being weird and it wouldn't ingest it.
He said, taking a handful of
I
Reese's
don't know
Pieces.
that. Fuck yeah, I go to the party.
so you guys this guy came and eat.
Those I
We don't
can consume, but I don't need to. And
Okay.
also I don't sleep. I just for 4 hours like space out, but I'm also aware of everything around me.
Okay.
Like if I'm approached by an enemy, I like
Somewhere like an elf trance.
but not as deep.
Yeah, I'm going to the party, and I will take every opportunity to ask about Ivan Horderhead.
Okay. Well,
And if there's any that are wizards.
so everyone's gathering around the table, and they're starting to serve the appetizer round of mushroom soup. So there you go again, with a piece of sturdy bread, rye bread. The soup smells very savory, and there's pre-dinner chatter. And as you start asking people, they like kind of laugh. Well, the guy will say like the chief, the clan leader.
I don't know. Ivan Horderhead. How many could there
Well,
be?
there's the clan leader. There's the high priest. There's the my cousin's friend we hang out with. He's probably not him. Which one do you want to know about?
Let's start with your cousin's friend.
Cousin's priest.
Well, he has a bit of a gambling problem. It's kind of annoying, and he owes my cousin a bunch of money, but he kind of is being a real piece of shit about it. We keep giving him more money, and he keeps gambling away.
Well, he's trying to double it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get that, but
So I mean, after that first conversation, I'm going to go to dude who's looking for the fucking dagger with the imp. Ask him which Kernath, or not which Kernath. That's the imp. Which Ivan we are looking for.
he's like, I don't know.
How do we know what dagger we're trying to get?
He says, I just know that his name's Ivan Holderhack, and he belongs to the Cult of a Million Eyes.
Oh, we'll just ask if anybody's in a secret.
Well,
cult,
there's
they
that
don't
high
want to know
priest, dude. Like, he might be a good part of it. Or we also have that letter that might have like some hints as to like who it is. Where
That's true.
Wait.
Or we could
Wait.
poke
Letter with a handwriting sample.
around their rooms.
Find something
Find
they've
some
written.
cold stuff.
Find something. Or secret cult cache. To find anything they've written, you can match the letter.
Handwriting analysis.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty easy start.
Completely unreliable. I think we should look for cold stuff.
Are we having this conversation with Scott, or are we having this conversation with Remy?
I'll also say between the political argument in the bar and you asking around about this, the basic there's like one main political argument. So technically, any of the clan leaders could be elected to be this new monarch, but the two big ones are Ivan Holderheck and this other Unkart guy I talked about. The Unkart guy, his argument is that. So I'll start with Ivan actually. Ivan's argument is that the dwarves should be more modern and expand outside of the Holderheck Mountains, like engage in more trade with the other nations, start setting up maybe like dwarven settlements beyond just the reach of the mountains, and really come along into this like new modern Slavian society. He has the backing of his cousin, who's the high priest of Morden. So they have the Church of Morden. So
Also, Ivan Holderheck.
also named Ivan Holderheck, and they are so therefore
So fucking annoying.
he's favored to win because the church carries a lot of sway. The Gold Dwarves are also behind him. That's the Balin clan I talked about earlier. They really like him because that would help trade, and their principal thing is trade. Their area is in the south of the Holderheck Mountains, down here near the Sea Vault. So they do a lot of trading with the Sea Vault, which then ships goods throughout the country. So, like, their team, Ivan Holderheck. The Ungart clan is like the opposite of that. They're saying that the Holderheck Mountains that the number of attack from undead coming from the Lichen Waste is up like 200% in the past couple months. These undeads are coming out of nowhere. They are basically single-handedly fighting. Like their part in this whole setup is they guard the whole mountain. So not just their area is up north, but they guard the whole mountain and stand watch against undead. That's their contribution to the clans. And they're like, there's something going on in the desert. There's an uptick in undead. We shouldn't be going anywhere. We should be staying here. There's a drought. Like, let's double down on traditional dwarf culture. Let's double down on xenophobia and lawfulism, and like
You had me in the first half.
yeah, and then fund us, please, because we need to fight these undead. So people that are like the xenophobia isn't necessarily they're not coming out with that, but there's like some dog whistles.
Yeah.
So like that's if you're more conservative and believe in traditional dwarven values, you're gonna like the Ungarts. If you're more modern or interested in trade, you're gonna like the Holderhecks. The Dragonborn and the Gnomish clans, as far as anybody knows, no one knows where they're really leaning. So
Do they have a
Hang on, the
stake in-
Dragonborn or a Dwarven clan?
there's 5 clans, so that's a good point. There's the 3 dwarven clans I've already mentioned. The Gnomes are a clan, so they're part of the Federation, of the Holderheck Federation, and the Dragonborn are a clan on the Platinum Summit, so they get a vote. So
Or the Dragonborn or a Dwarven clan?
only 3 of the 5
Part of this federation.
clans are
Yeah,
dwarven.
the other two clans are.
How often was there a leader elected that was not a dwarf?
It's never happened. And the Dragonborn are newer. They come down from the Platinum Summit and have only recently joined the
Settled
Federation.
recently.
I heard of a guy from there.
Marduk, Slayer of Tiamat.
Yeah.
Most notably, the most famous person from that, they're called the Umar clan, and there was this one guy, the guy who led the rebellion in Korth is from there.
I'm not sure. Sounds like this guard clan is just being a little exaggerating a little bit. We should totally ignore their problems. Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so go ahead.
I was okay. Say that I feel like that's a very easily investigatable fact whether or not there's a lot of undead attacks.
Really far away.
Yeah, they're probably just saying that for the election.
Election. They want more gold. We already know they like trade, right?
Yeah.
They want people to invest in them. They're all into trade. Why don't they have money?
All I will say is that the undead are a serious threat.
There you are.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Mr. Death Knight. You wouldn't happen to know anything about undead from the same desert you came
Just
from.
that he was killed by a giant undead scorpion.
Yeah, but like he just
Oh.
came from there. So did
Yeah, I
he see a
didn't
bunch of
see
undead?
anything
The
else.
scorpion was
I didn't
undead.
see anything
Get that.
leaving, did I?
So you did not see anything leaving the desert. During your time in the desert, 660 years ago,
Any of it?
the whole dynamic was you guys were fleeing the Drylich Raylick from the Morin Kingdoms. The thought process was that he was coming after you, though you never actually saw him. You were constantly beset upon by undead monsters. So the whole time you're fighting your way through the Lichen Waste, you're fighting undead monsters, up to and including the point where you got killed by the scorpion.
I explain all that to the group.
That was hundreds.
Well, it's still being rumored.
So clearly something's going on out in that desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call Constantine Mr. Death Knight. That's what Runa's nicknamed him. Mr. Death Knight. Like Mr. Vulcan.
We should focus on the task at hand.
Getting this dagger.
Dagger. Get our third sponsorship.
So as you're doing that, you trigger a cutscene. So everyone was, like I said, this was the pre-dinner chatter. Everyone sort of quiets down and starts slamming their mugs. And the dwarf gets up and literally just stands on the table at the one end, and does a bit of magic, which swirls around his beard and his face. His beard and his face, and as he speaks, his voice is booming and can be heard throughout the hall. And he says, "My fellow dwarves," to which everyone goes, "Ah!"
Not mentioning the other two races, which are also members
Yeah,
of the
I don't.
Federation.
I don't
Or
slam my.
the random
Yeah.
folks like us that aren't dwarfs.
Yeah, or I can finish my. He's going to do that in 3 seconds. That wasn't the whole speech. My fellow dwarves, Clan Ungart,
Cutscene.
Clan Balin, Clan Holderhack, and at Holderhack there's noticeably more banging.
Larger volume.
He says, "I'm our gnomish friends from the Rock Gnomes who have stood and helped us mine and tinker," and like you see a little small. and the newest member of our federation, the Dragonborn, and people from the Umar clan.
They all roar.
Yeah, raw. That's good. Rawr. You see some breath weapons, ice breath weapons going to the
You
sky.
don't get that back till a long.
And now it's fucking cold in here. Thanks, asshole.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like there's another and coming.
yes, there is. He says, "And to my Grims Bellard, yeah, the friends of the hall, who have come to join us for our fall festival. Yeah, it is during this time that we honor the god Moradin, the Old Father, who has protected us, and we remember back to years ago, to the times of Ivan Holderheck, who, when the clans were invaded by nasty beholders, and at the mention of beholders, you hear everyone spit, who destroyed the Holderheck clan. Only through the blessing of Moradin and his Thunder Forge were our young thundering clan reborn. And at that, everyone's like, "Woo!" I want us to remember these blessings as we eat this feast. And remember my cousin Ivan and his father's rulership, named after that hero from the legends, who is going to take us into the future with a new, modern, dwarven approach." Make insight checks.
I ain't good at this yet.
14.
9.
14?
Well,
All right. Nothing. That's basically the speech. He's like, at that, we will all feast as friends and fellow clanmates and guests, and we will enjoy our dinner in the memory of Ivan and of Moradin. Huzzah!
That's the guy.
Constantine doesn't
After the speech, I leaned to like the nearest dwarf.
Purpose more than
Literally, none of you guys speak Dwarven. None of us just heard anything.
No, it's in common.
Yeah.
The nearest guy to me, and I'm like, what the hell was that?
Goes, that's Ivan Holderhack, the head of the church.
He's the one that's running for the chief of chiefs.
No, that's his cousin. Easy to understand how you make that mistake. Also named Ivan Holderhack.
Is that your guy?
We don't know.
Could be the cousin. Ivan Holderhack. That's the story I told you guys weeks ago.
Chillers. I don't know how you. Would you say you like spit under your breath like fuck that guy?
Fuck Morden.
Make a whisper check. I don't know.
Stealth check?
Stealth, whatever. Make a stealth check, but use charisma.
18.
Okay, that's good.
It's really good.
Yeah. All right. No one hears you. All right. You guys feast.
Yeah.
No,
So throughout the
I'm with him. I'm not really.
okay.
I mean, I'm still in the hall, but I'm just like very defiantly
Okay.
against this religious. Anybody but.
Got it. So you notice that these two guys don't have a strong appetite, but the rest of you, they're bringing out course after course. They have roast boar, with an classic apple in its mouth. They tell you it's they went into the above ground lands and got some apple wood that they smoked it over. Smells really good. I mentioned the mushroom soup. They're going to continuously serve mostly stouts, but then also different dwarven ales. For the dessert portion, so in addition to the roast boar, ribs and bacon and all that stuff. For the dessert portion, they're going to bring out these cakes that have like a truffle flavor for everyone to eat if you're so inclined. And as you're halfway through dessert, your ears start to ring. And as you kind of realize that that's happening, you see a blast of smoke and debris come across the table. And you realize that there's just been a giant explosion.
Holy shit.
where was the center of the explosion?
It's coming from the end of one of the bridges that was facing the mountain.
Like
Okay.
deeper into the mountain. How far away were you? Like as like our location versus like where the debris and all stuff like.
So the explosion was about 100 feet from you. Wherever you're sitting, it's like that way, down towards the end of the hall. Right now, all you see is just the dust blowing in. And as the dust clears, you see dwarves.
Oh, snap.
Really good with the beard.
That's really cool.
You see dwarves
Can't even tell who he is anymore.
wearing cult masks like
So
this.
immersed right now.
Yeah. Wearing like purple robes with eyeballs all over them, coming and pouring out of the soul.
Oh no!
And there's it seems to be there's like dozens and dozens of them, and they're just hitting with axes whoever's close.
Shit.
You also notice some of them, not all of them, have these small flying creatures that look like green or red little balls with one eye in the center, a jagged gaping mouth, and 4 little eye stalks.
I mean, have we had enough conversations about the cult of
Bruce.
Man, I thought this was like a show.
Not a
No,
show.
Yeah,
people are
people-
dying.
But
People
it's
are
not.
sitting back there
Like
looking
a
at
dinner
People are
show,
just
you
getting
know?
axe murdered.
This is real life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And out of the hole that's, and you guys are at the end of the table closest to this, you see a version of that I just described, but much larger, come flying out, and people seem to be like scared of this thing.
Screaming and fucking losing it. Constantine extends his gauntlet hand, and in a flash of green flame, his great sword disappears from his back, and it's instant.
I draw my sword and I say, Mary, it's time to make some luck for these folks. And I start running towards the battle.
So there's cultists everywhere fighting other dwarves, but the large beholder-looking thing, people are steering clear of that as it's firing rays into the crowd.
I feel like steering clear of the firing rays actually makes a lot of sense.
Which one are you guys running after?
Big one.
Staying the fuck away from that
Yeah.
alien.
I mean, I
Disintegrating
guess
people.
from my perspective, it's probably the most dangerous thing.
You would want to do it.
I would also probably want to run towards that motherfucker.
All right. So
Because I don't really know what it is, and I see everyone else running from it, so.
in the moment, you're saying like your natural tendency to avoid it, but you see
Yeah, I fucking flip a table over and just start hacking down cultists if they get.
you see Cassavel running towards the big thing with his sword drawn.
Me too. Except I'm
Mary.
casting mirror image along the way.
Alright, fuck it. I guess it's time to show my worth with these swords.
Right.
Follow
What?
them in.
Can you hand me the
Deploying
two
my
pieces?
armor at the very beginning of the commotion. FYI.
I'm gonna say everybody gets
Cassavel
one
right up
round
there.
to do one thing, and then we're gonna start initiative.
Spend my one round running towards the
Yeah, instead of one round to buff. No,
Alright, fuck it. Constantine like grabs
Hey,
Cassavel by whatever he can like catch of his
He's wearing a
wardrobe,
gi. It's literally designed to be grabbed.
and he says, "Guess it's time to prove my." He like joins in and then starts running with him.
Just shake him off and keep running.
yes.
Hey,
All right. We gave everybody a round to prep before they rushed into battle. So what are you doing with your round, Scott?
I'm gonna run up directly behind Cass, which is exactly 25. And I'm going to cast heroism.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna temporary hit points at the beginning of one of his turns. Mixing up Cass's.
Yeah, different cast.
Whose fault is that?
I'm gonna say so.
Cassavel.
We're just gonna say you start there. The movement is not part of this. This is
Oh.
where you're coming. You're good. You're good. You start there.
Okay.
You cast it. Just one action that you're gonna use. The movement you get up to that point for free already.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with your action, if anything?
I cast shield.
Well, there's a reaction.
Yeah, you don't want to cast
I
shield.
can't do that.
You do that when you get hit.
can do
by
that,
the
but
time
you
you
don't
do
want
it.
to.
It's better to wait.
Okay. Then I'll just take a defensive stance next.
You do that cool thing with your sword that you described.
Yeah.
Are you the one with the axe?
Oh,
Spear.
he's the one with the spear.
Milo.
Cast resistance.
Great. Move.
I stole my
Is that the touch? Is that touch?
Yes.
Move Milo next
I
to
got
your
one.
friend.
This is Milo?
No, actually, this is Milo.
It was me
Oh.
for one session, and
Yeah.
then
Oh, okay, that's
then Walter's character died, and that was more fitting.
That works. Cassavel, you're just running into battle, right?
Yeah, I'm just running.
So, seeing how many
Mary.
times I could mention you.
Mirror image.
I cast mirror image and move up, and I guess there's shit.
How many images you got?
3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. Oh, so they're all in my same space.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun with that.
Yep. And I will move up too.
Move the Mary icon, please.
Okay.
Out of the 4 of them,
You want me to label one somehow
label one
on the
somehow
bottom?
secretly. Which one's you?
Well, don't you have one of
Is that how the
those?
spell
Can
works,
I-
though?
No,
No.
it's not at all how it works.
They just disappear.
They do a random chance
It's
roll.
yeah. So like if he would hit their AC, it would hit one of the images and they disappear. And the more images that you have, the lower the roll is, the chance that you would hit the So like as you lose images, it just like gets easier to hit. It's a higher chance to hit you or the image.
They all occupy the same square,
Yeah.
actually.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not like individual.
This
It's more
is
like
how it
it's
used
more
to
like
be.
the it's more like it's like an after image sort of thing. Like it's like a. I guess that would blur more.
I mean, I could read
Is
it.
there a chance that I can hit you if I'm
Yeah.
attacking one of the images?
Yeah, but you don't target the images. You target him, and then you roll like there's a d20 roll to determine whether you hit him or one
Or
of the
an image.
images.
Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it using that rule set, but we're still gonna put down.
Alright.
We're gonna make it work. Don't tell me which one's you. Don't even label one. Just put them down.
Don't even label one.
Yeah. No, just we're gonna play by the
Even
rules
one that
that
has a
exist.
sticker on it.
Yeah.
You
We're
can
gonna-
flip it upside
They're all
down.
supposed to be in the same space.
They're all exactly. That's why
Even
we're
one that
not,
has a
that's,
sticker on it,
That's
and you
why
can
we're
flip
not
it
using the
upside
sticker because we're playing by the existing rule set.
But these are in different spaces.
You can,
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Jason, you can flip the one with the
I understand what you're explaining to me. We're not doing it that way.
But you said he should pick one.
I've amended that ruling and said
Okay.
we're no longer doing that.
You don't want to follow
You're casting mirror image. Steve, what is Runa doing?
I'd like to get
Alright.
back to this mirror image issue.
Uh-huh.
Runa waves a hand over one of her armored bracers, and a rune lights up, and armor plating and splints fold out and cover her entire body up over her head. So, donning my armor and using a bonus action to deploy the helmet, and as part of my action, pulling a shield off of my back and equipping that. And then I'm also going to run up as front, if I can get in the front, if possible, or as close to the front as possible.
Move her into the front, please.
I like how I went from being 20 feet ahead of everybody. To...
Yeah. Move yourself 20 feet ahead again. That's what you do. All right. Who's the one person who's still in the back?
That is.
That was Runa.
That was
The
Runa.
woman, yeah.
That was Runa. I think this is Bernard.
Bernard is not here.
Okay.
He's going to fight the cultists.
He saw the
What about
specter and
that
was like,
tiefling?
fuck that.
Move the tiefling up 20 feet. That's Kyrie. Okay, cool.
It's not Malthus.
It's not Malthus. Initiative.
Oh, I should roll that.
Initiating initiative.
19.
Chili.
8.
Also 8, but faster than him.
We got 7. We're also really bad at initiative.
Huge.
I forget.
Steve.
Initiative is 10.
10.
From an unboxing video, I hear.
Hope it's not weighted.
All right.
Starts to roll a bunch of 20s. And, you know.
Come on, buddy.
And it's barred.
The creature with its 4 eye stalks turns to the adventurers that are rushing in. Its giant, jagged mouth, long tongue coming out of it, rolls up on one side and lets out a grimace. Constantine. One of the eyes lights up, and a purple ray with rings around it flies out towards you. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Add a d4!
Yeah. 20.
All right.
Oh, you don't have to add the d4 to that.
Well, 22.
True. I mean, so like when I described his appearance before, like I said, he's wearing dirty peasant's clothes. He looks like an elf. If an elf could have 5 o'clock shadow, like that's what he would look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like his whole point is to look unassuming, so he wants people to underestimate it.
Castavel.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting attacked.
Another eye stalk
Almost like one.
lights up with a green, sickening look. Fires a ray in your direction as you take up the vanguard and rush in. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Look at these. Yeah, that's a 5.
All right. As the ray strikes you, you find yourself going from your. Does heroism do anything to Steve's?
I don't think so.
No, it gives a immune to being frightened, gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting modifier at the start of its turns.
You go from your heroic stance charging into battle to feeling every muscle in your body tense up and freeze. You, your visage, holding the sword, is frozen, and you cannot move. You are paralyzed for 1 minute. However, at the end of each of your turns, you can make the save again. That is its turn. Fired 2 rays. Remy Restwell is up.
Yeah, I am going to move up a little bit.
It's here's your fire.
Here. Wave my hands around and let out a spell of aid. Give 5 maximum and current hit points to pass.
And that'd be Runa, number 3.
So I'll get 5 hit points to me.
Sick.
And become in full.
Awesome. Mary Crankshaft.
Sorry, does Bardic Inspiration does that help with saves too?
So I think you can.
I get Bardic Inspiration to
I see any lamps of oil on any of the tables?
That way.
Perception check. Oh. Well, is it within 60 feet?
Make a luck roll. Sure is.
Cool. I would like to grab one of those lamps of oil, like back here somewhere, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I can throw it 90 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and I will actually throw it at this guy.
Those are civilians fleeing the battle.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
get
they were the dwarves.
Sorry, I did not describe that. That's my bad.
Are there dwarves anywhere? Like a group of them?
Bad guy
Cultists?
Yeah, or is there any other bad guys up here?
It's a good point. I mean, I was having them fight the other guys, but I
Yeah,
can
they were
probably-
fighting in a different
It'd be
route.
hilarious. You said it, Nick.
What?
You-
You said it, you did it.
Yeah, you throw oil at the fleeing civilian.
Man, Mary's really changed since time.
It's your alignment.
Got a good tip. Oh, so they're like intermixed with them?
Yeah, they're chasing after the
Yeah, that
fleeing
makes sense.
civilians and stabbing them.
That makes sense. I gotta throw it at him then. I don't want to hit a civilian. I
Okay.
throw some lamp oil. It's the spell catapult. So make a dexterity saving throw, please. DC 13.
Failure.
Yeah, 10 bludgeoning damage, and if anything happens with the lamp oil.
Okay,
But that's what I chose to throw.
got it.
Like covered in it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see Mary reach back, and there just so happens to be a full oil of lamp laying on the ground that when someone flipped the table earlier, it caused it to fly over unscathed. He points towards the lamp oil, all 4 of him, and then flings it. It smashes the creature right in its eye, and in addition to dealing damage, covers it with oil. The Tiefling Lord is up. He'll move up another 20 feet. He outstretches his hand, and infernal flames form, and a beam of red infernal energy rushes towards. Sure, it's actually two beams. One hits, one misses. The one that hits, you see it strike the creature's eye, but stop midair, and then he concentrates, and the beam bounces off the creature and flings towards one of the images.
What?
It's deflected.
So how's this work? So I roll an attack roll?
You want me to read this?
Yes.
Each time a creature targets you, and the attack with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates. I roll a d20. If I have 3 duplicates, I need to roll a 6 or higher to change the spell's attack to a duplicate. With 2 duplicates, you must roll an 8 or higher. With 1 duplicate, you must roll an 11 or higher.
If I miss, it really doesn't matter.
It still targets them, right? You're just determining the target with that roll. And
I'm
then
determining the target first, and then my targets have an AC equal to 10 plus my dexterity mod.
Okay. I'm not going to hit that, so whatever target you determine is.
I see what you're saying. He rolled really poorly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it misses.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Runa!
Okay. Runa's gonna move up 30 feet. Is that creature within 30 feet of her now? 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna launch my barbed whipcord at the thing.
Nice.
Make an attack roll. 18 to hit.
That's going to hit.
All right. 4 piercing damage, and I pull it 10 feet closer to me.
Nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's intimidating.
And this looks like an electrified whip.
No, it's not electrified. It's barbed.
It's razor barbed whip
Okay.
cord. It's like a metal
That comes out
cord with razors.
That come out of your gauntlets?
Yep.
That's awesome.
In the remake, it's going to come out of her breasts. Japanese remake.
Milo / Constantine.
You're first.
Alright. I'm also going to move 30 feet.
Okay. 6.
Or is he from me?
It's 35.
Alright, so I have disadvantage on my knife attack. Well, 16 and a 10 though. So does a 15 hit him with a Nui?
Yes.
Kill her. Right. And then I'm gonna shoot his ass. No disadvantage on that. 18 hit.
Hit.
Damage with a knife. There we go. And 11 damage from the gun.
Right. Have you fired a gun before?
Once, yeah.
Not a new phenomenon, but the whole lights up with the sound of.
I think this is the first time I remember you shooting a gun.
I did it once.
Once before.
Loud boom. Makes everywhere.
I mean, it's a pocket pistol, ain't that?
Slightly. It's a loud boom. Constantine.
Alright, I'm gonna move up 35, 10, 20, 25, 30. And start motioning my hands, and a small flame appears and
Nice.
damage on that. Wait, can somebody look this spell up?
3d6.
I don't need to.
No, but he needs to roll dexterity save.
Okay.
For DC.
I fail.
6.
Yep.
Wow.
Is
that
All 3 ones.
Whoa.
That sucks, dude.
Ouch.
That's a bummer.
All right. Nonetheless, though, summon Hellfire on his ass.
Yeah. Did that oil light?
Oh, thanks for the reminder. Really good strategy. So, though you rolled minimal damage, you see that oil. It's enough to catch the oil on fire. Give me 2 more d4.
So what? 1 in 200 some chance there.
So 4, 7 more damage.
All right.
So 10 total.
And though the initial burning hands wasn't a lot,
Yeah.
as it combusts and the oil explodes, is
Boom.
enough to kill the creature.
What?
Falls over dead.
I would immediately go and take one of the other.
Yeah, so that the remaining cultists can be subdued by both you guys and then the crowd pretty easily. You've faced a choice right now because Walter has to leave. I'm going to recommend we just say to be continued. There's still a lot left. And
I mean, I've got at least 15 minutes before I even have to start thinking about leaving.
you're not going to finish what's going to happen in 15 minutes. That's enough time to start and not finish something.
I can stretch it up to 30.
I would recommend that we stop.
I would say we just take level 4.
So I think to be continued, and when we regroup, we can. Because I don't know what you're gonna do. What do you think you guys are gonna do next?
I mean,
Subdue the cultists.
subdue the guys,
Uh-huh.
tie them up, question them.
Torture them.
That if there's the leader amongst them is there, I'm assuming his name is Ivan.
So you can do all that, but there's a. They just blew a hole in the wall that's leading somewhere.
Oh,
Definitely
at least guard that
investigate
hole. Maybe go investigate it a little bit. Yeah.
So that.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
hole's
the
gonna
dark.
lead into a small dungeon. So we're gonna stop there.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what happens.
All right.
So to be continued, I'm getting married in 20 days. So I don't know if we're gonna do another session in 2 weeks. But we will pick up shortly thereafter that. We'll let everyone know. And at some point we'll be back.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And,
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
session, gents. It's good to be back.
Yeah.